Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are once again here for the BBL. We're already up to match 33 of 61. These season games are flying by, of course, for the Melbourne Stars. There are a lot of changes here in that starting lineup. They won the toss though, and they decided that they do want to have a bat up against the Melbourne Renegades. The Melbourne Derby is here, and a player they've been very much so hyping up here is Ahmed Danielle. He will be bowling in the second innings, but apparently he's got some very good variation with the way that he bowls in swingers, out swingers, slower balls, etc. But they've also got the big man, Harris Ralph. He is back in their side as a hat-trick at the MCG. We'll be hoping to go on and help his side get the win. They have actually changed their starting lineup a little bit. Well, we've got a whole heap of people in the chat as well, so we'll say hello to everyone. We have got Johan, we got Exap there, Mr. Wonder, Paddy Wagon there, Singh is here as well, Robert Xavier, and also AFL has fun is back in 200 for the amount that he thinks they will be able to get. Aaron Roman is back as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing fantastic. Hope you are excited for another game of the BBL. Glenn Maxwell, the captain of the Melbourne Stars, like I mentioned, he hasn't got a few of his key starters that he would like to have. They lost their last game. That was just yesterday. It's literally back-to-back almost for them. They did play the Perth Scorchers, did fall a little bit short. Now, speaking of players, Renegades, they've found someone who hasn't played in a little while. They've got him back in their starting lineup. It's not Sam Harper, it's not Aaron Finch. Those two men are opening. But the man who is back for the Renegades, Shaun Marsh. So, I mean, at this stage, we've lost one Marsh in the BBL due to him being on call up for the Ashes. We've got the other Marsh back. Shaun Marsh is here, and he is going to be rearing to go. We have got 190 as the prediction from Kevin Thomas there as well. So we've got quite a few predictions coming, and be sure to give your predictions, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. How many runs you think that the Melbourne Stars, with them batting first, will be able to get? We will put that up there. Guess the runs before the first ball. If you get it right, we'll give you 3 points. If you don't get it right, then you don't get 3 points. Simple as that. But I'm going to say 175 for my prediction. I feel like I shouldn't have talked so much earlier on today because it does sound a little bit rough. But Roman, we do need an exact number from you, mate, rather than the rough estimate. But looking through at this Melbourne Stars lineup, Justin Avadano, he actually gets to open here for the batting side of it. He did actually come in at about 6 or 7 in the last match. They've decided to promote him up the order. And alongside him, it will be Travis Dean. So no more Tom Rogers, who actually went pretty nicely, I thought, for himself. But he is going to be missing Charlie Wakeham. He is still there. He is batting at 3. Glenn Maxwell at 4, the captain. Needs to bring the experience. So we'll have to wait and see how it does go as well in that regard. And also we have got the Hilton Cartwright, Patrick Rose. He will be behind the stats. We have got the Armchair Roman. I was for all the wickets as us JOs. Hopefully not. Please do wait until we have reacted to them, Roman, before saying who is going to be getting out as well. Tom O'Connell going to be there for his leg spin. Case Ahmed also leg spin. So 2 right arm leg spinners. Will be interested to see how that ends up going. Please give 100% confidential result as well in there. Says it was from Amish. And also in their lineup, Brody Couch, Ahmed Danielle, the man who I said has got plenty of variation, and Harris Ralph, the big Pakistani boy. He is going to be rearing to go with. I've got Bangs and Cron as their 2 options for the X Factor players as well. Then looking through now at the Melbourne Renegades, Sam Harper is the wicket keeper. He is going to be out there early on trying to get a couple stumpings. But did you get my 180? I did indeed, mate. And also we have got their predictions are further up in the chat. Says Jay, we have got, where am I looking for Jay? Are you sure they're further up in the chat, Jay? So I don't think, unless it is the one that you said about the prediction side as well. And also you owe me big bucks as well and read like spots. And there says Ollie Wilson there. But at this stage, Shaun Marsh, like I mentioned, he's going to be back. He will be batting 3 for them. Won't be getting a bowl, I wouldn't think. But they have got quite a few left-handers all in a row because Aaron Finch and Sam Harper, the 2 right-handers who are opening. Then from there, you got Shaun Marsh. Nick Madison is actually going to be here for this match. I don't expect to see him there. And then Mackenzie Harvey, also the left-hander. 3 in a row for them, and that is going to be the middle order. Then Muhammad Nabi, Jack Presswich, Will Sutherland, Kane Richardson, Reece Stockley, another left-hander, and then Zahir Khan, another left-hander that they have got. So they've got plenty of lefties. And this one, hello, I'm new here as well. Says like Nickel here in the chat. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well and you get mine, bro. Says David the mod. I did not. Some of them I don't think are coming through the chat, unfortunately. So if you did it before the live stream did start, maybe it hasn't actually come through in me chat, so I might need it a little bit more. 169 is Jay's as well. And also we have got the off to the other stream. Stars 179 as well. And then also congratulations for 9K. Thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. Betty Wing, yours did come through 157. I do see there as well. And Robert says Ollie Hills. Oh, sorry, Ollie Wilson there And the chat and Lee and there says Reed Nichols. Yeah, this stage it is going to be exciting to see how it does go. Oh, I am new here. So says Hamish Smith. Although I think we've seen you a few times, Hamish. Just looking at the voice, James Seymour and also Zach Evans. They are going to be the two expected players. The Melbourne Stars, they have a 34%. Do you just do cricket streams as well? Says Never, we do not. We have got rugby streams as well as a few other sport ones that are going on the QLAD sporting one as well. Although I'm new here as well. And there says that Paddy Wigan. Tell you what, if you were new here and you have already got mod, that is very impressive. Paddy Wagon, of course. But then you have got the ability of not getting timed out as well, I guess you could say. And also we have got there, did you know my friend Keelan has a cat called Reed Nichols as well? I'm actually new. And also I had 167, so there we go. Did you put it in before the match out of curiosity, David? Oh, no, I have actually. Oh, no, never mind. I did actually start yours, David. I just looked back up. And you did say mate as well. Or you did say please. So I am willing to take it in for that one. I didn't have Jay's though. I wonder where that. Oh no, I did. Geez, I've had a shocker there. I missed about 2 or 3 predictions, but I've started them all now. They are all ready to go. Anyone who doesn't know, at the moment, India versus South Africa is about to take place as well. Their test match is going to be running alongside this one. I almost just closed my application. That would not have been good because that would have been the live stream. That would have gotten closed there, but I have got it up on the screen at the moment. India, they are going to be batting first in that one. I'm actually, says Betty Wagon there. And the channel at the moment, I'm just looking at Big Macs on the screen we have got there. Did you get my name is Blake as well? And there I did indeed Hamish Blake number 2 at this stage. And also, can I get a oh yeah as well? I won't give you a complete oh yeah, but I'll just go with a slightly oh yeah at this stage. I feel like this match is going to be an oh yeah moment because it is going to be a very exciting one because they have got the Melbourne Derby. Anytime these two sides go head to head, it always ends up going decently. Hello as well. Says Brandon, welcome into the live stream. Be sure to put your predictions here on the chat. Did you get mine as well? Says Brandon, I believe you did try and do it on Discord, but you'll have to rewrite it. Yes, I can start it as well. And also go Chief Solly as well. And there, but nonetheless, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here for this live stream. And we have got plenty of action coming for the BBL. And also in the future, we have got stream after stream after stream. Tomorrow, we have got Bangladesh versus New Zealand for the test match. And also tomorrow night, it will be the Heat taking on the Sixers. As your voice seems a little rough as well, says Betty Wagon. It does sound a little bit worse for wear at the moment. Hopefully, it isn't going to be too bad. But then looking through at the games after that, we have got the Ashes and also New Zealand versus Bangladesh, both starting up on the 5th of January. Strikers versus Hurricanes as the game at that night. And then the Scorchers versus Thunder. That's going to be a large talking day for ourselves. That is going to be for sure. And then we've got more of the Ashes, more of the other matches that are taking place as well. So anyone who is new, like I mentioned, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also be sure to predict who you think will be winning this one. We have got a little, I want to say that is a little bug there from Nick and the chat by the looks of it there. At least at the moment, I would say a good total on the surface is 170 plus the MCG. We know how long the boundary is. We know that the Melbourne Stars, they've got power, and the players, Evan Darno didn't quite fire in his last match, and also calm down Aaron Spencer there at the chat as well. Right, my friend Reed Nichols. Says how's it going as well, isn't there? There's Ollie, and also we have got the Grasshopper. That is the one that I am thinking of. And also he hasn't got my prediction. I believe your prediction was about 130, wasn't it? As well, Hamish Bets. I did mark it earlier on. Don't worry, it is there. 133 was your prediction for that one as well. But at the moment, they are just showing a few of the highlights that we do see from Glenn Maxwell. He's pretty much a highlight machine, that man, because he plays the reverse shot better than anyone in the BBL, that is for sure. And also someone else who was very impressive, not with the bat in hand, but with the ball in hand, Harris Ralph. We know that he was able to pick up a hat trick at the MCG. We know that he is also able to get a fifer in the kind of one. I didn't hear his says Amos Spencer there. And then the chat 433 as well, I assume you have said. So that's quite a low total. And what a pleasure it is again to have done a joint Kiwi Lads today. What a good sport, as I says, David. And yeah, hopefully we will be able to have it for the live stream tomorrow as well, because we have got one more day, in fact, 2 more days of the Black Cats versus Bangladesh. We have got there now, Hamish. Do you think, or what do you think, do Black Cats will be playing on day 4 to save the test match or winning the test match as well, says Cody? I think they'll do a little bit of both. If they feel that they can start getting that momentum, they'll start trying to get runs in a hurry. But more than likely, for the Black Cats, we've mentioned that a draw in this game is almost like a loss for the Black Cats because they were so heavily expected to win it. So they won't want to just kind of sit out there as I do follow football, says Nick. I do watch a little bit of football, but I haven't probably had enough time to be able to watch too many of the Premier League and also A-League games, but I'm hoping to watch a few more of them in the future. As I do got mine as well, says Brandon. I do indeed. I did end up starring at 155 as the prediction, all starring it. I guess that's a little bit of a pond, not a pond, sorry, a little bit of a pun, I should say. And I think you and I made the drink fund, as I says, Robert, you did indeed. And it has been topped up many, many times. And some of my drinks of water today, I've been drinking plenty of it. There we go. And also, do you like chess as well? This is after. I suck at chess, but I do like it. It's one of those ones that if I got the hang of it, I feel like I would enjoy it a lot more, but I still try it every once in a while to see whether or not I am still bad at it, and turns out I still am. So that's about it as far as my chess knowledge goes. I'm better at the one, is it checkers? The one that you get to like jump over the people. You go, I know that one. We got a soccer ball there from Nick as well, but Maxwell, they are just talking through the way that he does play that reverse sweep. Always got power on it, always hitting it to the boundary. Unless he misses the ball, then we have seen him get bowled quite a few times, including yesterday. He actually lost his wicket to Haskell, who got man of the match. And at the moment, I would say Maxwell, he's one of the men who has to stand up in this innings as well. Football, meaning soccer as well. And also we have got there, do anything today, Amish, as well? Or did Ross Taylor do anything today? Yes, we did, mate, as well, says David. We did not see Ross Taylor. Other than I think he had a couple that just bounced in front of him that he was able to stop, and one that just missed him in terms of had a bit too much pace on it. Other than that, though, we did not really see Ross Taylor. He's just standing out in the field, ready at first slip if the ball ever did decide that it did want to go to him. We have got the Cody in the chat. Welcome in. And also we have got the Hamish Howard elections happen inside New Zealand. Happens once again after 5 years in Howard's Jacinda Ardern as Lady Prime Minister of New Zealand. Did you vote for her in elections or not? A political question as well. I don't know whether or not I can go into politics without YouTube getting angry because we don't actually have it set that we are. I think you're allowed to talk about politics if you're a politics channel, but we are not, unfortunately. So I don't know what I am allowed and not allowed to say in that matter as well. My chess is like my fishing useless as well. And there says David, and also he's a professional chess player as well. I wouldn't say that. I'm a professional at losing chess if I ever play it. You know, I'm not too bad. 6 over score as well, says Mr. Introvert. Unfortunately, I am terrible with predictions. I would say that they'll start all right, but then there's also a chance that they lose a couple wickets because they've got Avendano and also Travis Dean. That is about as much as I can tell you as well. My chess is like that too, David. And there says Robert. But yeah, I guess we got one thing in common. Unless, Siddhartha, are you any good at chess? Do let me know. And what are your thoughts on sumo wrestling? I haven't really done it before. I've got a sumo suit that I got for my birthday when I was about 10. And it goes all right. It's a giant inflatable one. I've tried doing a trick shot off a trampoline before. It hurt. But other than that, I haven't really had too much experience with sumo wrestling. Okay, I'm going to do a Big Bash video on Cricket 19 as well. This is Brendan, so we will see you later on it, mate. And also, sorry for it in the deck. During the final second, I was knackered to the marrow as well. We thought for a second, like pretty much we heard nothing from you for a little while. And we were like, we think Sebastian's fallen asleep. And then, I mean, it was understandable. You've been up a lot this week with the late night ones that we have got as well. And gee, where'd that come from, mate, as well? And there says David. And also we have got there, this is Cricket Right, says Cody. It is indeed, mate. It's going to be the Melbourne Stars taking on the Melbourne Renegades. 2 sides from Melbourne. The last time we saw a derby was the Sydney Sixers taking on the Sydney Thunder as well. And also we have got there, why you're not doing a live commentary of India versus Sri Lanka Test series. Toss has happened. Virat Kohli out of injury. KL Rahul, captain in India, and India batting first. I am actually watching that game as well on my 2 different monitors. I'll keep you guys updated on what is happening there. Guess what? What's for dinner? Chips, I guess, as well. Or g'day, what was for dinner? Chips, I guess. I did go with the stock standard chips. To be honest, it is just easy at this stage to be able to make it as well. John there, the Stars versus Renegades. Zahir Khan, also Kane Richardson. I feel like are 2 keys here. Another bowling attack for them. And also Topley has been going very nicely. 47 plus after 6 overs. It's very hard to tell at the MCG. And have you got my prediction of 185? I do indeed. I'm sorry. How this is turning out for the Black Caps. Very tough position. They find themselves in most likely a draw. I've been loving it. I've been loving the test match. I love the challenge that the Black Caps have found themselves in because everyone thought it was going to be a runaway series and they were going to win it easy. And I'm glad that they didn't because now they have to keep on fighting hard and good on you. As on there says David the Mon, and also we have got their pro Bangladesh. Played well, good lead as well. Exactly right. About 73 runs they lead by now. And they don't look like slowing down. Another chess question. Are you a D4 guy or an E4 guy as well? D4 or E4? I feel like that's the size of the board, isn't it? So I guess the smaller board, the better, because it means that the pieces are smaller. They're more of a choking hazard, which means that don't touch my kind of chess pieces or else you might choke on them, you know? Is that the right answer? I love your shirt, by the way. So I said, Mr. Kiwi, thank you very much, mate. And I was like, yes, Cody, yes. Big Bash, T20, Glenn Maxwell versus Aaron Fitch as well. And also the return of Sean Marsh, a name that a lot of you guys will know from the past for the Renegades. He is back as well, bro. My Melbourne Stars will score 210 as on there as a prediction. I also thought you were a Heat fan. And also, yes, love the summer shirt. I like you ready for the beach as well. And then, Irish, can you tell which the away series do Black Cats have to play now after the summer? Do they need to tour Australia and this World Test Championship cycle? So they don't actually play a test match in Australia, but they do end up going to Australia to play some ODIs. As our Stars should get 200 runs, my prediction as well. So Sebastian, so it's a few people going high, a few people going low. I believe the lowest one we have seen is 133. The highest, 200 and something it was. I believe it was South Africa tour New Zealand, or is New Zealand tour South Africa? It is going to be New Zealand. They have got the home series for that one. D4 popular chess opening moves as well. Says Siddhartha. That tells you how good I am at chess. I didn't even know that. I just thought, right, I'll move this piece here. And then I say checkmate, and then the other person gets annoyed because we've only just started. I went to the beach today. I got bloody sunburn as well. Says Music, we got to get, but I've got to put that sunscreen on, I should say. Because the sun has been pretty hot recently. You don't want to get yourself burnt, or else being burnt is not too fun, unfortunately. And I'll give you later. What do you think total was? I believe I said 175 as my total that I was going for as well. And I'll give you that from Layla as well. But I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you've been enjoying Black Cats versus Bangladesh. It's been a high-scoring one between the two sides. I did, as well as his Music Kiwi. Did you put it on everywhere? Because it is one of those situations that if you did put it on, then surely maybe you need a little bit of an SPF, a little bit higher as well. Did you get my predictions? So this is Xavier Brown. I did indeed. I saw that you did it as a double parter and there as well. And also we have got I went for a 1K ocean swim this morning before leaving Sydney as well. Says Hamish Spencer, fair enough. You got to do what you got to do. And see, you got Sean Marsh back as well, says Robert. Yes, indeed. I did mention about the fact that we've lost one Marsh from the BBL. Now we've got another one. And also Siddhartha said, out of curiosity, how much do you weigh? As I said, Siddhartha. It's a very curious question. I will admit, I couldn't actually tell you. I think I don't even know. I think I'm like 60, 67, something like that. I don't think I'm hugely like near that 70 mark, but I'm also not as low as 60 either. It's somewhere in between, a little bit more on the higher side, 65 kgs as well. Says that Music Kiwi there. At the moment, the Ford Everest, they just showed it on the screen. Looks like an all right ute. If you are keen on a ute, get a Ford Everest. Tell them that Hamish sent you. They'll go, who's Hamish? And you go, don't worry about it and just get the ute anyway. Because I don't think they would bother with any promotion with us, but we give them a little bit of promotion because we like talking very much so. But at the moment, it is going to be very close to the start of this one. The MCG is the location in Melbourne, and Nick Madison here is leading his side out. Does that mean that he hasn't been selected for the Ashes if he is back playing for the Renegades, or does he just get a little bit of warm-up time? It was always going to be Mitchell Marsh, so I believe 55 kgs as well. So Xavier Brown there. I weigh a little bit more. You reckon one day I could buy a Ford Mustang, my dream car as well, says Music Kiwi. It's a good question. I know that my dad will be trying to race you to that Ford Mustang, I would think, because he also loves those vehicles. And also be a pro or Cricket 19, everyone, and you Kiwi lads as well. I'll be a pro or Cricket 19. I mean, you've already started your be a pro, so I would recommend continuing on with that just for a while, a video. As I said, Brandon, yeah, I'll go be a pro. See how you go in that next match up. And at the moment, they're talking to Sam Harper. He will be behind the stumps for this match. India, after 3 overs, are actually sitting on 13 for none here. Going very, very nicely for themselves. But Zahir Khan, they're talking about the fact that he will probably be bowling relatively early. One man we won't see bowl, Sean Marsh, or he shouldn't anyway. If he does end up bowling, that's not going to be good. And also we have got there, which is weird, as I want to hold him now as well, or I own Holden now as well, says Music Kiwi. Sorry, I took a while to read that one, didn't I? But 41 is the number on the back of Travis Dean. Changes galore, like they've just mentioned. Stars, they have had many cases popping up. He said back in Melbourne, we Marsh in Inglis, in Sydney as well. So I guess it is that situation of, I guess it's either going to be Inglis or Marsh. I believe they'll go Marsh just for another bowling option. Worst comes to worst, even though I don't believe they'll need him bowling because they've still got those other options. Hazelwood should be back as well, which is another player that I'm sure that they will be very happy to see coming back in. But Reece Stockley, he's going to be bowling this first over. Very good with his Yorkers. Also, normally pretty economical. He's got an economy of 8.67, but we need to remember he bowls a lot in the power play. It's a no ball from South Africa, which is not what they would have been after in the early stages. Now this stage, Topley is going to be charging in a $5 zinger box in the background from KFC. Now I want KFC, but we can't get KFC. We have got there B Marsh, Usman or Inglis, as well as Cesar Robert. Or they might even go a couple. To be fair, they might go Kawaja opening the batting and then also have Marsh as their about number 5 or 6 option. Will you stream the India Test game as well, says Xavier? Unfortunately, I do need to sleep at some stage, but I will keep you guys updated on what is happening in this first kind of session in a bit while we are talking about the BBL. But now, first ball of this match, Topley charging in with the left arm, going to be nicely played there by Dean, and he gets himself off the mark straight away. He's only had 3 BBL games in his career. Now he has been able to get straight off the mark. We have got their prediction now for the Renegades is 162 as well, says Music Kiwi. So decent prediction there. Also, can you read my message? Ross says Brandon there. I believe it is the one that I did read about you doing the Beer Pro rather than the Cricket 19. I assume that is the one that I did read out just before. But now at this stage, it is going to be the number 84 here, Justin Avendano. He looked solid in the last match. Just didn't quite find the boundary with the ball. That's popped quite nicely off the surface there for Topley. And like they're saying, Avendano, he always ends up being quite aggressive with the way that he does play. And it might get him into a little bit of trouble. But the MCG, the thing is, you need a big old hit. I know this from Cricket 19. I tried to hit a 6, only hit 1 in the whole test match. That was with Steve Smith, my tail ender, because I lost 20 other wickets, unfortunately, before that point. But Topley now, once again, puts it outside the off stump. Avendano swings. Avendano misses as well. And that is going to be another dot ball now for Reece Topley. And also we have got their Brandon Cricket 19. We'll get you views. I've made sure no music as well. And this is Robert. That is a good point. I did get my voice copyright claimed for a Cricket 19 live stream. I still can't say that with a straight face as well, with the fact that it wasn't actually the music in the game that they were copyright claiming. It was me talking. But now Topley outside of the off stump. Good shot from Avendano. Beautifully cut away. And that is going to be 4 runs. The first boundary of the day there for Avendano and the Melbourne Stars. Just look solid straight away. He was actually at the Sydney Sixers, we found out last time. They looked like that man was throwing a child in the air, but I believe that was just a small cheerleader. So I guess it's all right. Avendano just nicely cut to backward point and ends up nailing it as well. Kane Richardson trying to cut it off. I believe he will be bowling next. It's just a nice solid shot. Topley now once again, all that one's cut back in, and it looks like it is a very genuine bouncy surface here at the MCG. It's looking solid, though we did actually see a little bit of variable bounce in the later days of the Boxing Day, or sorry, yeah, it was actually the Boxing Day test match, but that test match, it did not last a huge amount of time overall. And we have got the next one. It is starting tomorrow. That's a lie. It's the next day that one is going to be taking place, but Avendano still on strike here. Topley pitches up nicely. It's going to be whipped away by Avendano down the ground. And he does end up with, once again, another dot ball. Topley always will put it on your stumps every once in a while for in those overs. Like, I feel like it's literally every over you will have at least one real 4-1 that possibly can clean up the stumps. But that is looking like it's going to be Mohamed Nabi, actually, who is going to be bowling the second ball, the second over of this match. Interesting choice that they have decided to go with spin straight away. But the MCG, it's a huge boundary, so there's plenty of space in the outfield. I got a YouTube video ideas. Do a Rugby Challenge 3 tomorrow as well. If you've got the game, you might as well go for it. I do see that there's quite a few games on special at the moment on Steam if you've got a PC that you do play games on. They are showing there. Avendano for the Sydney Sixers, and BBL 9 was able to get 47 off 33. That was a little while ago. Of course, it would have been the 2 seasons, seeing as we are up to BBL 11, but still a very good player. Hasn't been able to bring up a 50 before, but he could possibly do it at his new franchise of the Melbourne Stars as well. They've certainly got plenty of good players at the Melbourne Stars, but even with those gaps, another game is Rugby League as well. Says Robert there. Wickets for Mohamed Nabi. 42 matches, 37 years of age, 26 wickets for that man as well. At the moment, Dean here has only faced the one delivery, Travis Dean. Stepping across the stumps, tries to whip it to the leg side. Beautiful shot. And that is going to be another 4 runs there for the Melbourne Stars. And that's the thing with the MCG boundary, even if you don't get all of the ball, as long as you clear that ring, there's like going to be so much space in the outer kind of section of the field. He decided to step across to the offside, work it round to the leg side early. Does end up playing a well-played sweep shot as well. Yeah, Rugby League Live 4, I know, is another fun game to be able to play, even though the defense on it is actually quite difficult. But if you can nail the defense and get yourself a lot of runs on there as well, or sorry, a lot of points, I should say. How to add members as well, says Brandon there. It'll be nicely worked to the league side. I believe members come at 1,000 subscribers. You are allowed to kind of add a membership option, which is where you can add your emojis and kind of everything along those lines as well. Mikhail Rahul is currently opening the batting in the Indian game with Mayank up against South Africa. That is the second test match. The first one went the way of the Indians, and now they are trying to make it 2 from 2. And there'll be 5 runs of his first 2 deliveries here. But Lee Sidish, and it has worked down the ground to long on for just a single once again for Avendano. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Kevin almost just answered my question before I asked the question. I was going to say how many runs will Glenn Maxwell get in this game, and also we have got the hopefully Maxwell reaches 50 when he comes in as well. So he is going to be batting at number 4, I believe. They've got Charlie Wakeham in front of him, whipped to the lead side by Avendano. And they will just get the single 2 men out in the deep on the lead side. At the moment, Nick Madison as the captain. Like they're saying, he was called up to be able to possibly play in the Australia squad, but then he was taken back down, I guess, as well. And Robert has said 50 there as well. Oh, he missed a charter flight. I think they just said, imagine if the reason that you don't get to play for Australia, like if he was the front runner and the reason he doesn't play is because he missed a flight, be pretty rough. I think, but Muhammad Nabi at the moment, once again, puts it outside of the off stump. They're going to be running a hard single, and they do get there as well. Second over down, and it is going to be 13 for none here for the Melbourne Stars. So Nabi just ends up going for the 8 runs. Not too bad for him inside of the power surge. And also we have got their Stars to still win, even with the players out as well. And they were relatively close in that Scorchers game. And also we have got their, why don't you show the game or the audio as well, says Nick. So pretty much YouTube have a very strict copyright system. How if we were to play any match footage or audio, we would end up getting copyright striked and banned from live streaming for 3 months, unfortunately. 37 runs as well, says David the Mod there. But yeah, pretty much if there was any way of us being able to show the footage as well as doing like the commentary and whatnot, I would 100% do it. But unless we want to get sued, it's really not the best idea, unfortunately, there. But Mohamed Nabi, at the moment, he's probably going to be relatively happy with that one. Nick Madison, now the captain, going to be bowling himself. He's hit it down the ground, and that's a corner bowled there. Avendano gone. The skipper does pick up the first wicket of the day. And you pay broadcasting rights as well, says Robert there. And yeah, we're talking like they pay probably millions of dollars, and I do not have millions of dollars, unfortunately. Hardly got dollars, so because of that, not going to be able to kind of give them a heap of the money to be able to show the game, sadly. Straight down the ground, Nick Madison with the cordon bowl. Very nicely done. He had me as well, says up around in there. But at the moment, it is going to be Avendano. He has gone 6 runs off 9 deliveries, and straight away now Charlie Wakeham is going to be making his way out to the crease. He's probably out there a lot earlier than you would have been anticipating. You know that some of these guys have not got much BBL experience when they don't even have their names on the back of their shirts. That's how new some of these players are to the side. We're getting teams being made up of county players, depending on the amount of players that we do have kind of in the, I guess, positive bracket for the BBL. Now it is going to be Charlie Wakeham. Saw him yesterday, 20 from 24. So he does now get the opportunity in LFC as well. Is that Leeds FC or Great Britain? As on there from, it's a little bit uppish. And that is going to be no run called. Nick Madison at the moment to get himself the wicket, and also has got himself the dot ball. They're just showing a replay there. You're nowhere near the bat for South Africa up against India, and they need to get KL Rahul out extremely early. I'm not sure what the bowler heard, but it wasn't the ball in the bat because he was about this far away from it. Tries to whip it to the lead side. That was relatively close for LBW, but I think it was just going down leg. And Liverpool, and as well says Nick, and also copyright is not fun, and you can get not very happy or very not happy as well. Using his feet nicely for Wakeham. Hits it through the gap, and that is going to be racing close to the boundary, but cut off in the deep there by Mackenzie Harvey, one of the many left-handers that the Melbourne Renegades have got for this game. Like going through their side, you got Sean Marsh, returning Sean Marsh, I should mention. He's going to be exciting to see. Nick Madison, Mackenzie Harvey, and then you got the 2 men at the bottom of the order, Reece Topley and Zahir Khan as well. And you sound like you're from New Zealand as well. I am indeed. From New Zealand, born and bred. and do love myself some cricket, whether it is Australia, India, South Africa, Bangladesh, New Zealand, whoever's playing. We are going to be watching those games on the channel as well. Maxwell at the moment, he will be, I guess, a little bit nervous because he is about to make his way to the crease, depending on whether or not they lose another wicket. That was almost another wicket. Ended up not quite carrying to Finch, and it is the skipper, Nick Manninson, only going for 3 runs of his over and also picking up an important wicket early on. And it is saying, so because of it, does mean that the Stars, at the start of this game, they were sitting as well and truly the favourite. 36% chance of the Melbourne Stars being able to go on and win this game. They have still got a very good chance, but it is going to be important that they do not take their foot off the gas. They need to keep on going. Born and bred, not born and bred, so I'll just be on the safe side as well. Just to mention, we had that mistake earlier on, and today, didn't we? Is Nick Gotts. That's why the Kiwi lads his name as well. Says it right there. At the moment, our Muhammad Nabi once again going to be bowling here. So they are favouring spin at the moment on the MCG surface. And they've also got, that's the thing, even though they have bowled Muhammad Nabi and also Nick Manninson, they've still got Zahir Khan as well as another very good bowling option now from Yorkshire as well. And there says Nick, and also Blunts vs Zombies battle for Noble update. Week 2, that's a great shot there. Sweep shot from Wakim, and he will be moving up now to 7 runs. We have got there, again, update is 36 gigabytes. Just Brandon, that is a solid one, that is for sure. Muhammad Nabi, someone's slightly wrong, and I think I know what is not working for him. He's got 2 of the same shoes on. Normally he does wear 1 for each colour. I think that is why he is possibly struggling a little bit. Hello, Nick, welcome in as well. And then also we have got the Ashes side aren't released yet, as I says Robert there. So we'll have to wait and see how it is going to be going for those sides. I believe Mitch Marsh will be in there, but then saying that if they both are fighting for the same spot, maybe Usman Khawaja is the man who gets to know, do you know where Yorkshire is? I know that it's in England, but I wouldn't be able to tell you kind of like which part of England it is from in terms of north, south, west, or east, unfortunately. Although York, for some reason, makes me think it is north, but I could be wrong. I could easily be wrong because I have no idea. Like, if it was like the phone a friend situation and you were like, oi, I'm going to win $1 million if you give me the right answer here. Where is Yorkshire? I'll have to apologise many times because I wouldn't be able to help you win the million. North of somewhere, which is true because Antarctica is south of everywhere as well. Near London, am I correct as well? Where's London? Is it north, south, east, or west as well? It's going to be out there in the air, almost to the man, but it goes straight over off the north, Amish as well. And also, Nick, I'm guessing you're from West Yorkshire, Wakefield maybe as well, and there in 1 new game modes. And a birthday party. Says that brand over that is going to be the 4 runs there for the Melbourne Stars and features as well. So the North Amish said, does that mean I actually won you the $1 million? Nice. That is great news. Just over the top of Will Sullivan. He's not exactly a short fellow either. So if it does go over him, you know that it's probably going to go over a majority of people as well. Work to the leg side, deep square leg, and they do just get the single. Once again, where's David? Then where's London? Then David as well. And where is Europe? It's near Manchester. So where is Manchester? Round England. Is it near the north as well? And also, we need early wickets. Can't afford India. Build our score, pressure, and partnership as well. Or score, build a big score and a partnership. Exactly right. They need Calder to haul out extremely early if they do want a decent chance of being able to win that game, South Africa, and make the series 1-1. Going into the third game, who knows what will be happening as well. Where is Asia as well? Says Amish Pizza. That's Leg Sodish. That's going to be nicely swept away. It's going to be fielded greatly done by Mackenzie Harvin. They run up between the wickets, and that is very good running from Dean and Wakim, and that is going to be the end of the power play. They are 1 for 28 now, and I got time out as well in there. Says that Brandon. Also, we have got there. He's a ham, says Nick, and also we need. I think we need a map as well, says Robert. I think we do too. One day we will get a map. And I think I want to be able to cross off places where you guys are from, but you could easily lie and be like, hey, I'm from Antarctica. And then I'd be like, really? And you'd be like, yeah. And then I'd take your word for it. And then Antarctica would be crossed off. I feel like I should have a map there, though, on my wall so that I can be like, oh, yeah, you're from there. Oh, yeah, that's near such and such. Sound like I know what's going on, even though I have no clue. We have got the Hamish Lancashire and Yorkshire are neighbours in the north as well. Nice cricket rivalry between the red and the white roses as well, says Sebastian. There you go. Makes sense. I guess that's the thing. I love watching English county cricket, but they don't really show it too much here in New Zealand, sadly. That's why I love watching the Ashes while it was in England, because we did get to see them kind of just go at it. Yeah, it's in the north, as well says next. So congratulations, mate. If you were playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, just won the, wait a minute, but why would you be ringing me? Oh, he's just juggled that one, Finchy. And he has put it down with about 4 different chances, I should say, to be able to take the catch off the reverse sweep. You know, Romania is in Asia as well. Says Irish Spencer, and the 500 is over. Oh, Aaron Finchy has so many cracks at taking that ball, but just puts it down in the end. But yeah, I guess if you were to phone a friend and you already knew the answer, it's probably good because you would have won the million anyway. And, you know, I am in New Zealand as well. I do indeed. It's going to be, once again, Zahir Khan having the dot ball, keeping the pressure on the Melbourne Stars. They've got Dean at the crease. They've got Joaquim at the crease. Next to the crease, captain Glenn Maxwell, the big show, as they like to call him. Then they've got the Terminator, Hilton Cartwright. You don't get those nicknames from just sitting out there doing nothing on the field. Once again, tries a cut shot there, and Dean doesn't quite connect. At the moment, it does seem like the better option out there on the pitch is to use a little bit of that's going to be the wicket there. No, it's not. Hasn't given it out. I feel like they'll go upstairs for that one. There for South Africa. Maybe it came off the arm instead. But here Khan, nice little wrong, and it's going to be working away. Oh, Mohamed Nabi goes straight over the top of the ball, and it is just going to be the single. Or sorry, they will just get the 2, and it's London North 2. Seb, as an update, is 99% done, and England have been going bad in the Ashes. I want Stokes to go well, and Hungary might eat Romania, as well, says Mr. Wonder there in the chat. And we got 100% there. And it isn't just in the name, it's actually in the thing that he's saying. 100%. Who's going to be winning this game? 100%. Do let us know, although I assume you are about to get timed out, so maybe we won't get to hear it. We will hear it in 5 minutes. That's a great shot there from Dean. And it's racing away to the cover boundary for another 4 runs for himself. And also, we've got a Happy New Year. Says Sujit, right back at you, mate. Hope you do enjoy 2022. We're already there. London is south and southeast, as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, my geography, it's terrible. I could tell you all of their flags, but I couldn't tell you where they are in the world. Or like I could tell you where they are in the world. I could tell you like the continent and whatnot, but I couldn't tell you like the location in terms of like whereabouts. Like if someone was like, oi, like where's Miami in America? I might know Miami. I think that's to the right-hand side. But if someone was like, where's Virginia? I'll be like, I don't know. Can I have a map, please? And then they probably wouldn't let me. Oh, she had about 4 juggles. Didn't quite get how many New Zealand players in the BBL this time. We got one. Colin Munro for the Perth Scorchers. He was actually the first man to bring up a century, I believe. So we've always got that there for the Kiwis. But other than that, he is literally our only player. And at the BBL, we have got there. England is in Asia as well. Not quite, I don't think. And also 100 from the Brandon. Or the Brandon in the chat, I did just say, and I'll tell you the London rivalry is Middlesex and Surrey. And so Middlesex play at Lords and Surrey at the Oval as well on 6 there. Says Ramatula, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and Miami is in the USA as well, says Nick. I do know it's in the USA. I think it's to the left, or sorry, to the right-hand side of the USA. So 100% said Melbourne Easter Open win. Melbourne Easter Open win. Wait a minute. Melbourne Easter, well, I mean, he is correct in some regards. There's 100% going to be a Melbourne side win this match because it's the Melbourne Derby. So I feel like fair play to him. You know, he's nailed that one. And also, how's everyone going doing today, says Brandon there. Nicely work to the leg side once again. And it is just going to be the single. No, they will go for the 2. That was a tightly run 2, but they've done nicely between the stumps. And also, who likes Ben Stokes as well, says Nick there. I know that a lot of people, it seems to be one of those guys, people either love him or hate him. It seems to be there's not really an in-between. It's either you really like watching Ben Stokes play or you really dislike watching Ben Stokes play. I'm probably more in the category of liking watching him play. He's got a lot of aggression, which is helpful out on the field as well. The Squiggles are in force as well, says Amy Spencer there. At the moment, it is going to be Dean on strike for the Stars, sitting on 1 for 37 at the moment here. Richardson going to be bowling. He is a talented bowler, Richardson. Does normally get himself a few wickets throughout a game, although last match he did actually go for a huge amount of runs. Once again, Zahir Khan running off the boundary nicely, and I believe that one will just be kept to the 1, and it is indeed. And also, I try to like Ben Stokes, but it's tough at the moment as well. And yeah, the no balls are certainly not helping people. I should say the no balls that he's bowling on the pitch as well, not anything else there. And Abro as well, says Fallon, and yeah, or I should say Kyle. Shouldn't I? Welcome into live stream. Hope you are doing well. And what's your thoughts on Johnny Bairstow? I don't mind him. I think he's all right. Have I got the right microphone turned on? Probably not. What's my audio? No, I haven't. You guys, could you hear me all right?
That's going to be this microphone now. I've had it as that wall microphone for the past half hour. Not ideal. But now we have to switch it back, and hopefully the audio is a little bit better and coming through slightly clearer now as well. That was a rookie mistake from myself, wasn't it? The wall microphone, eh? This one right here. I don't know whether or not you can see it. There it is. Decided to use that one for a little bit of the time rather than my actual vocal cords as well. So lucky I am kind of looking that way, or else it would have come through not too well. What's your thoughts on Johnny Best? I think he is better in the middle order at the moment than Ollie Pope. Just for the Ashes series, it looks like he is going to be the man who will be able to get a few runs. Once again, glided down to third man, and that will be the single. Richardson so far only going for the 6 runs off a total of 5 deliveries. At the moment, they are saying there Travis Dean, he likes to step across the wicket, trying to hit everything to the leg side. Speaking of hitting things to the leg side, India are on fire at the moment in the early stages. They are getting themselves a huge amount of runs into the early stages of this match, and it is looking dangerous in that regard for them to maybe keep that momentum going once again and hitting it to the leg side team. And down I thought my hearing aids weren't working as I was striking down under. Yeah, it was weird. I should have realized earlier than I did, and I don't know what made me remember. I think it was just something that I was like, hang on, I might have to switch that. And then, yeah, it was actually the wrong microphone. So that's not too ideal, but now it is fixed, luckily. As I'm back, says Betty Wagon, welcome back, mate. And Ben Stokes says a lot of aggression, all right. Punched a guy outside a nightclub a couple of years back. I did see that, which I think is why people do hate him rather than love him in that regard. I mean, I like him as a cricketer. Off the field's probably a little bit of a different story. Seems like he doesn't quite keep his cool at times. I know that he likes to fillet a fish in between a test match, though. I respect him for that, because Macca's got to have a late night Macca's run if you're playing in the Ashes. We have got there. What did I miss as well? Says Betty Wagon. Well, I used the wrong microphone for 40 minutes. That was one of the things, but now we're back on the one on my face. And other than that, you've seen some decent shots from the Melbourne Stars, but they did lose the early wicket of Justin Avendano from the Corden Bolton. Welcome back, Paddy Wagon there. And do you know England don't like Scotland? I've heard rumours. Oh, that's going to be the wicket of Wakeham as well. So you didn't quite miss that one. I did a little bit because I was looking at the chat, but it is going to be caught behind, and Nick Maddinson picks up his second wicket, and now the big show, Glenn Maxwell, will have to make his way to the crease. In Scotland don't like England as well, says Nick there, and you missed the first wicket. Says Robert there, that is going to be the second wicket though. Sam Harper doing nicely. A few juggles happening throughout this one. Almost going for the stumping there, Sam Harper, but decided in the end, you know what? He's edged that. Boom. Straight in the hands. Said thanks very much for coming, but at the moment now it is going to be Charlie Wakeham. He has gone 12 runs of 11 deliveries. Caught up a bowl, Maddinson. The captain picks up 2. At the moment, he's looking like he's on fire at this point in time, Nick Maddinson, and hopefully he does keep on going the way that he does at this point. But nonetheless, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's hugely appreciated. You guys all being here for this live stream, and we have got plenty of ears towards your brain scan as well. I mean, I'll take it. Thank you very much, Paddy Wagon. Do appreciate it. I'm going to have a drink for your donation, mate. Cheers. It is water, but it's still like liquid. And also, when your anthem is a shot at another nation, that is pretty obvious as well. And also, as in Finch captain, not for this match. They have gone Nick Maddinson and come on, you Stars, as well there. And hello, says Sports Highlights Australia. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing fantastic. Hope you are excited for the BBL. We've got plenty of it happening at the moment all around the world, all around Australia, I should say, rather than the world, although they've got some international caliber players from different sides. We've heard a little bit about the man who is coming in at number 10, Ahmed Danielle. If you haven't seen that man bowl, he said he's got 4 different slow balls, an in-swinger, an out-swinger, and pretty much that ball will not behave itself while he is bowling it. That's going to be Glenn Maxwell there. Gets himself the single to get himself off the mark, the captain versus captain there for a little bit. And now they are going to be sharing the non-strikers end for the next little while. But at the moment, they're showing the South African lineup, and it's just looking like it's decent, but they haven't got a huge amount of experience there. Of course, Quinton de Kock did announce that retirement very recently. Cam Richardson, he's got a bullet arm. Throws it to Harper. Says thank you very much. But Nick Maddinson at the moment, 2 for 6 off his 1.4 overs. That's a perfect start for that man to be able to go on and do great things in this matchup. And to be honest, the fact that he is not going to be selected for the Ashes, do they look at him here and go, geez, he would have been a bit handy with the ball in hand if he was bowling at the NCG. And also, we've got another donation from Robert as well. We have got the Ears Towards Your Mum drink tomorrow and go New Zealand and Oz and Stars in the Heat as well. Yeah, thank you very much for your donation. You guys have been awfully generous around the festive season, that is for sure. And welcome Sports Highlights. 1K subs, nice work, mate, as well. And there says Sebastian also. It's so sad, says Nicky there. And the chat, Nick. And the Jangiers, mate, says Sports Highlights Australia. That is going to be the end of the Nick Manasonova. He's only gone for 8 runs off 2 wickets as well, off his 2 overs. Very impressive from him. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The festive season is just like you guys are just throwing money at me. Like I was going to say something, but I'm going to take it back because that would get me in trouble. That's a nice shot for, or a nice ball, I should say, for Ascoli when he went straight through Glenn Maxwell. Almost decided he wanted to hit his stumps there, Maxwell, after losing his wicket there. Oh, that almost carried for South Africa up against India, but just not quite working out for them in the early stages. But now it is going to be Prestwich who will be getting raring to go and hopefully will be able to do some decent things in this matchup. He has got a little bit of an unorthodox kind of bowling style, I guess you could say. You never quite know what length you're going to be receiving. And he just kind of steams in and then he just whips. I guess is how I'd describe it. So along those that I've seen someone kick someone in the face and they've been friends for 20 years. That I've seen someone kick someone in the face and they've been friends for 20 years. Did he mean to kick him in the face, or she mean to kick him in the face, or her in the face to him and him in the face to her? I think that covers everything. I guess kind of everything, but it's always hard to tell. It is 2022 now. As well, it helps with the recommendation on YouTube. It helps with the recommendation on YouTube, I heard. Says, brother, is that why the Bangladesh versus New Zealand ones have been like just absolutely flying up at the moment from you guys? Because if that is the case, thank you not only for your donation, but also for your contribution to getting the name of the channel out there a little bit more. It's hugely appreciated. And we're up to 9,000 now, which is just, I can't, like, our goal for 2021 was 3,500, and we've almost tripled that by the time we reach 2022. So, I don't know, must be working as well. And you're doing the Ashes Wednesday as well. And there says Sports Highlights Australia. If the match between Pakistan and New Zealand is not finished, I'll probably end up doing that for the first part of it and then going over to the Ashes once that game is finished. But I will be doing the Ashes for every other day of the Ashes as well. It is just that very first one that it overlaps with Bangladesh and New Zealand, and that will be the last day. So I think that one, even though it's hard, because it's like, do you pick the 5th day or do you pick the first day of which one? Type thing, and kicked me in the face, and I kicked him in the face, and the friendship ended. The guy who kicked the other guy in the face was Irish, and the guy who got kicked in the face was Scottish as well, says Nick. Right. UK rivalry. What? So they were just like, oi, you know how you're from Ireland? Bang. Like, oh, no, sorry, the Irish fella was like, hey, you know how you're from Scotland? Just gave him a wee pop in the chin. I feel like that would be unfortunate. Kick to the face or kick to any part of your body probably doesn't feel too great. I know that one place really hurts where you get kicked, but you don't want to be kicked there. I know that a few players get hit in the box there for that as well. And also we have got there, Kavita said you are very beautiful. Cheers, mate. Do appreciate that a lot. And if a mate kicks a mate in the face, it's usually because a mate has slept with a mate's wife as well. And who wants free sub? And there says Paddy Wagon. Free sub as in like free sub from Subway, or free sub as in like free sub from, that's going to be nicely run between the wickets there for the Melbourne Stars, and that's going to be ticking over the runs quite nicely. Dean moves up onto 30 off 23. Maxwell still out there with 3 off 4 deliveries as well. But yeah, UK rivalry. I didn't realize like people kick people in the face on their channel as well. I see. I assume that is the case. Rather than a Subway 6-inch, I thought maybe there was some Subway being offered up on the table. I think the thing is, while we're talking about the BBL in Australia, first place I ever had Subway was Australia. So there you go. It was decent as well. Chicken and bacon ranch. I used to just have the ham. The first time I had something other than a ham Subway sub was in Australia. That's going to be a nice shot once again for Dean, who is ticking up quite nicely. 31 off 24 deliveries. And I understand the Irish and Scottish hatred towards England, but because of certain historical events, but the Irish and Scottish shouldn't really pick on each other as well, says Sebastian. Definitely not to the extent of kicking each other in the face. Like, how do you get into this situation of kicking someone in the face? Was it like a head kick, or was it like they were on the ground and then they kicked them? Like, how do you kick someone in the face? Like, I don't think I've ever tried to kick someone in the face, let alone kick them anywhere. I've probably kicked someone in the shin accidentally, but that was like in playing football or something like that, or kicking a ball at them. I almost actually nailed Isaac with the ball at one point in time in a rugby video that never went up on the channel, or it did, but now it's private. So unlucky. But pretty much, I tried to do a drop kick and it almost smacked straight into the man. 170 plus today, says Mr. Introvert there. And also, and you're saying they should pick on English as well. And also, we have got their people. And there, and also we've got there. Can I have sub big 2K coming 2022 and Dean 50 plus? Says Mr. Introvert. I feel like that's a decent shout, sitting on 32 already. He's got plenty of time and plenty of power by the looks of it as well. The same who would kick them at balls, but you aim higher as well. Yeah, I guess getting kicked in the balls is not fun either. And I don't understand how it happens. Down the ground there from Glenn Maxwell, and it is just going to be the single at the moment. Madison, very economical bowling from the captain, and definitely not Nick, but it's the way it is as well. Says Sebastian, I know that the Six Nations for the rugby when it starts up, that's going to be a good rivalry, and also for the Sevens, the rugby Sevens, we do get to see England. Oh, Boldy stumps, he's gone again, and that's going to be Nick Madison. He's got 3 wickets now here. Tell you what, can they get him back on a plane to the SCG? Deanie is going to be gone for 32 runs. What you got? Maxwell gone for Mr. Introvert as well in there. That's just the middle stump gone from Deanie. Tried to play it. McManus, it just skids on through. Takes out the stump. We're lying sideways as well because we were as the point of view as the middle stump, and it's gone. Dean can't believe it, and he's going to be on his way as well. Now it's going to be Cartwright and Maxwell, the 2 big men, the Big Show and the Terminator. I love those nicknames. I feel like, tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, without anything too crazily offensive, what would you give me as a nickname if I was a cricketer? Best one gets put up on the screen for a little bit of time. As I say, they were fighting with another guy, and then he got kicked in the face for no reason. Wait, so they were fighting with another guy. So they were a team in some regards, and then he was like, we nailed him, didn't we? Bang, kick to the face. And to have some of that 155 under today, sure, as well. And also we have got there, you both jinxed him. You must have heard Stream go for 50 as well in there. And also, I'm not sure, Robert says Mr. Introvert and Stars will win at the end, but they have got a good bowling attack. Punters, or Indian punters hitting right on the money, as I says A1 Singh. At the moment, I mean, they've got Ahmed Daniel, because he's going to be phenomenal. And he's got a whole heap of slow balls. And a slow ball on an MCG is a dangerous ball because you got to try and still hit it all the way to the boundary off the outside edge there of Cartwright. And it is just going to be the one. Or it's just going to be the dot ball, I should say. And at the moment, that's his best career figures. As I kicked someone at school because they threw food at me, and they never did it again. Okay. So where is that young child now, Patty? How long ago was it that did take place? 100% sure, 155 under as well. Said Lila there, 100% sure. That is very, very sure. Good shot there from Cartwright once again. Gets it out to cover region. And that is going to be just the single. At the moment, Madison, he's bowled 3 overs, 3 for 11. And the reaction, Demolisher, trying to think of a nickname for you, as I says Robert. Demolisher. I do like Demolisher. That's a hard word to say, the reaction Demolisher as well. And my name does have Mish in it. So it's almost close. So that is the one to beat at the moment. Who have we got? MLS will be all out as well. I don't know. It was years ago as well in there. So where'd you kick him? And also Melbourne Stars will be all out, I believe it is, for Layla. Yeah, but that will be the end of the over. Nick Madison once again, another phenomenal one, only going for the 4 runs, getting the 1 wicket scored off him, or 1 wicket for himself. And now the Stars are actually 34%. Now, if you remember rightly, that was what the Melbourne Renegades chances were at the very start as well. And also we've got their Maxi out to the MLS finish as well. And also we've got their Patty, why did you throw food on you? Or why did they throw food on you as well? It's a good question. See, I feel like even throwing food, I know a story. I don't know whether or not Isaac will want me to tell it, but pretty much a kid threw an apple at Isaac at school. And he was like quite a young kid, and he just tried to pelt Isaac with an apple. We don't really know why, but it just happened to Hamish the Hammer as well. I like it. Hamish the Hammer and also Maxi Safe as well. And give you that sleep. I'd say, how's it going, bro? It's going very well. And both players are key, says Mr. Introvert as well. Nicely done. And also, they were a hole, I guess we could say, there for that one. But Carter right now going to be sitting there. Unfortunately, they do need a few more runs here. Definitely if they want the bash boost point, which could be crucial moving forward. The Renegades, they are in dead last at the moment. And Big Boy Hamish, I reckon, as well. Says Music Kiwi. Big Boy Hamish. I feel like it's kind of a level of irony alongside a compliment, you know? Big Boy Hamish. And also Hamish Reaction Guru as well. And there. See the Robert, that's a Yorker there from Topley. And so, and also we got 160 plus as well. What would you say? The most expensive sport to watch online are as well, says Xavier Brown. Oh, most expensive sport to watch online. I know that, that's actually, it's a tough one. I know that the likes of basketball, NBA is normally relatively expensive, depending on how many games you watch, though, I guess, is another factor. That's actually very tough to work out. This could be an unpopular opinion, but I would reduce Melbourne to one BBL team because the Renegades are struggling anyway. I would give the people of Canberra a team in the capital city as well. Is that going to be a catch here? Is that another wicket? No, it's not. It's going to instead be called as a wide for Topley there. And also we have got there whether younger or older as well. This is Music Kiwi. And I feel like it would be kind of cool. I know people want to see a Kiwi team. Don't know whether or not they would ever go for it, though. And like my mum was mentioning earlier on, because it is the same as the Kiwi summer cricket kind of competition as well, it does mean that a lot of the players who would possibly play in it, they wouldn't actually be available for most of them. Same age as well, says Betty Wigan and Hamish. Did you know that Rita's going to get you Barbie dolls for your birthday as well, says Ollie. Oh, looking forward to it. December is a little way away, but you know, a Barbie just before Christmas can't get much better than that. As on 160 plus on the cards for sure as well, Sebastian, I agree. But I would give the Gold Coast a team as well. I like it. I actually see that you've changed your picture as well, Xavier Brown. There's another picture of Tate McDermott actually wearing is that away Queensland's Reds kit? Which kit was that? Xavier, do let me know. And also, what do you think total from here now as well? And also, Paddy, did you win the fight? As well, says Music Kiwi. Well, it sounds like he gave him a roundhouse kick, so that probably sorted it out for a little while. And Canberra's got Sydney Thunder. I give a team to Darwin. I'll give NX a team or Darwin. So I assume that is NZ, sorry. 133 is on track. Yeah, well, it's not too bad. That's going to be in the air for Maxwell. Taken. He's gone again, Maxwell. No boundaries for 30 balls. We know how long the SCG is, the MCG training job, I think, as well, says Xavier Brown. That is going to be the end of Maxwell. Topley picks him up. This is going to be a bit of a struggle here for the Melbourne Stars by the looks of it. They're losing Maxwell, their captain. Now they will have to have Patrick Rowe making his way out to the crease. I haven't really seen too much of him. It's Tom O'Connell. Who's he? Is he the one that we were talking about who looks like Harry Potter? Or is that someone else? Brilliant catch there. And that David Maxwell, once again, will be disappointed with that performance. 160 plus. See the right there as the prediction. But Glenn Maxwell, he's going to be gone now. 7 runs off 9 deliveries. The Torquenator as well. Tell you what, I think that wins. I think with the fact that Hilton Cartwright, the Terminator's out there at the moment, I think the Torquenator. I do like it. Hello, good evening as well, says Vijay. Welcome back to the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are impressed with how Bangladesh did today. And so I don't mean to swear, but I am a diehard Liverpool fan as well. And I don't mean to swear, but I am a diehard. We was a swear word, Nick, in there. But Liverpool, very good side, doing nicely for themselves. But now it is going to be Rowe. Is that the man who's? No, I don't think that is Rowe. Because he would be not the mustache man, or not the Harry Potter man, I should say. As well, we always got if Stars get 160 plus, you can hide me from the channel. They won't get 160 plus as well, says Hamish Spencer. That'll be nicely played, and that will be start once again. What type of food was it? Fruit pasta, cake, small chocolate, noodles, some cake, water, what? As well, and this is Music Kiwi. What type of food was it? What food are we talking here? Music, for what he got pelted with. And also, Nick, why don't you support Leeds? It's closer to home as well, and Darwin would not work because of their climate. Their wet season is in the Aussie summer as well, and their hot season is in Aussie winter. Because I know that they were talking about maybe putting all of the teams in Melbourne, depending on how the COVID situation does go in the near future. But I'm very curious to know how that would work out. If everyone plays at the MCG, Marvel Stadium, and whatnot, they have no good batsman next. So 145 under confirm as well. Here's Lila. So it is dropping more and more each day. What they got there? Oh, they got some hot dogs. By the looks of it. And also we've got there, but if we hide, you won't. What if you come in another name as well? And there, and he didn't fight back. And I don't know what it was as well, says Betty Wagon. Fair enough. I feel like a food fight is something that our school just never had, and I don't think many schools experience that as well. We have got that, I think Melbourne Stars 159 in 20 overs as well. Tell you what, at the moment, who's that fella right on the end? That is, what's his name? It's not Michael Hussey. It's not Michael Vaughan. What's his name? Mark Howard. He's looking tired at the moment. I think he has been staying up all night watching all of the other cricket that we have had on as well. Bro, Paddy, you may have dreamt it as well in there. And also, hello, good morning. And there's his Sports World. Welcome into the live stream. What's better to watch, a away win or a win on home soil as well? I'd have to say away win. Away win is more impressive, I would say, but a home win, like in terms of what's better to watch, if you're at that ground when the home side win, I feel like that is pretty awesome. Definitely if it's a close game and they get it in the last moment of the show. I said, I think Melbourne Stars 159 reached in 20 overs as well there for the show. And also we have got there. When I went to school, I saw food fly in our canteen a lot, as well, says Music Kiwi. See, I feel like our canteen, because we had a small school, literally our canteen was a shed that had food in it, which I guess sounds weird, but it was pretty much like a little shop type thing that you could get your food from. Agreed, the best option is removing the Renegades from Melbourne and relocating them under a new name, Canberra or the Gold Coast as well, says Sebastian. Also, we have got their nose, Sebastian Grama. That's like moving the Sixers or the Thunder as well, and Leeds are good, but as well, and Liverpool will never walk alone. That's going to be a misfield there from Zahir Khan, and because of it, it means that Rowe will get off the mark. There was another time he was being smart, and I put him gently on the ground and ran off, telling I'm getting teacher, holding his head as well. Nice. Chris Rogers at the moment, he'll be wondering what happened to Tom Rogers. He was out there for the last game. He actually went all right in the opening partnership, and then they just kind of got rid of him. Unfortunately, that's going to be a dot ball once again. As the here gun, though, it's showing that if they've got spin options here, Glenn Maxwell, I'm thinking straight away. Also, Case Ahmed. That's only a couple, though. Tom O'Connell, I want to say as a spinner, but I could be wrong there. Knock as well. Who's there, mate? And also, hello, I'm from Pakistan as well. Says Sports World. So what time is it? And Pakistan, do let me know. That's going to be worked away out through deep cover. And it is once again going to be another single off Zahir Khan's bowling as well. And are there any Aussie in the NBA, says Xavier Brown? I wish I knew. I will have a quick Google for you, Xavier. One moment. We'll go like that. Australian. I know that we got Stephen Adams for New Zealand. Australian NBA players 2021. Here we go. What do we got? How many Australians are there? Kyrie Irving. Okay. Josh Giddey, Josh Green apparently are also in there. As a few to name just a couple. And also, hey, says Eliel's welcome in. And this was in high school too. He was like a baby as well. Says Paddy Wagon. And also, we have got the who's there in the chat. And also, Kiwis. I know we've got Stephen Adams, but he is probably the only one that I do know well enough, I guess you could say. And Josh Giddey as well, says Robert there in the chat. But at the moment, the next, they've actually brought in Seymour and they've tossed Sutherland to this side. I couldn't quite say his name there, but the Stars have a bigger fan base. Anyway, in Melbourne, why not take the Renegades somewhere else where everybody would support them and give them a better chance as well. Hey, welcome in. Says that Paddy Wagon there as well. So here, Kanye. And I follow Liverpool as well, says Nick there in the chat. That is the end of the 11th overs. Here, Khan only going for the 4 runs as well. Worst batting as well, says Mr. Introvert. It's not going well. And at the moment, that is for sure. Right, sitting on 5 runs off 8 deliveries. I think we've only had 2 batsmen who have had a strike rate of more than 100. Travis Dean, he was doing nicely. And also, he was, says Paddy Wagon there in the chat. But Will Sutherland, he'll be a little bit annoyed that he has been taken out of the game. But I guess it's what you kind of expect when you are one of those players. Like, I assume before the game, they do say, right, mate, we might end up possibly saying, maybe, hey, you might be getting taken out there. It's pointless. Melbourne is too big to have one team as well. And also, it is going to be now Jack Presswidge driving his way in. And it is all left on the side there. Sydney Thunder 232 runs. This Sydney Six is the highest score of any team in the BBL. It's 223. As well, scored by Hobart Hurricanes versus Melbourne Renegades on 12th of January 2017 as well. And playing first, Melbourne Renegades scored as well, and 222 for 4 in 20 overs as well. And also we have got there, so did you have any other problems? I assume that it's to Paddy and his scoring. But I hope they do. If they do end up adding a team, I hope it is from a region that doesn't already have one. Like, they don't go, as a terrible example, I don't want there to be, what's a place? I wouldn't want them to be like, oh, right, we're going to add another Adelaide team or something along those lines. I think you do want to have it that it is going to be another place around the country that they do kind of get involved in. Like you mentioned, do get a bit of a fan base behind. And so, because I mean, the NRL, they're launching the Dolphins, aren't they, as a whole new team? What region are they from? I agree with you, Kiwi lads, as well. There's Robert. That is going to be the projected score at the moment, 135. If they go at 8 and over, they need 12 and over to get to 170. They've still got the power surge, and LA don't care about BBL. Yeah, just as an example of a region that already has a team type thing. I couldn't think of anyone else. I was going to say Perth, but then I wasn't sure if anyone supported Perth. New South Wales as well, says Xavier, and also Redcliffe, says Robert, in Brisbane. There's no Spencer as well. At the moment, yeah, Mark Howard. He's looking like he's either been out in the sun for a very long time or he hasn't slept much in the last couple of weeks. Let Sydney have two teams because it's the biggest city. Give the rest one each. I guarantee you that they would do better as on Gold Coast or Canberra. Both couldn't. Is that because that they haven't got a team though? In that regard, and if they did have a team, they might end up kind of going for it a little bit more, perhaps. Whipped off the legs there once again by Cartwright. And it's just going to be the single. They need some boundaries. And I don't believe we've had a boundary for about 45 balls. Something along those lines that an Adelaide used to have an NRL team as well. Says Xavier Brown, Adelaide. Or I couldn't tell you locations of the NRL teams, unfortunately. So there you go. Let's put a Pacific team like they did with the rugby as well. CW's Kiwi and why is Maxwell so bad this year? Unfortunately, he seems to be inconsistent with the way that he is going. I also called the Rams, I think, as well, and also Melbourne Derby. Not B Derby. I like Powerful Derby. You like Manchester Derby and North London Derby. And 67 for 4. That's taken, and that's going to be Rome now gone. 5 down here for the Melbourne Stars. They are struggling big time for that regard, but it is going to be 3 wickets already from the spinners in terms of Nick Madison, and then the other wickets have fallen for Topley, and then now adding his name to the list that is Jack Presswich, who has been able to do nicely. Match winner, Renegades loss, cut book set at low odds. Wait, so the match winner is the Renegades. We have heard it here first from 100% as well, and yeah, Adelaide's had the Rams as well. Says Robert, that is going to be the end of Rowe. Patrick Rowe, 3 runs off 6 deliveries, and he is another player who hasn't been able to get over that 100-run strike rate. The Melbourne Derby doesn't even have a good ring to it as well. Here's Sebastian there. Yeah, because I feel like I have no idea where any of the teams from the NRL are from. Like, I know that, like, Sydney Roosters, Manly Sea Eagles. I don't know where Manly is, but I know it's somewhere in Australia. And this could get, they could. I think they could get around 90 to 110 as well, says R.R. King. It's looking relatively likely for them at the moment. They need Cartwright to fire, but he hasn't really looked like firing so far. And this innings, unfortunately, for him. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be back tomorrow with more of the Big Bash. I believe we've got just the one game, but it is going to be an exciting one. And that matchup is going to be between the Heat and the Sixers, a rematch from the other night. And also we've got the Manlyers in the northern beaches of Sydney as well. Are all the NRL teams pretty much based out of like New South Wales and Queensland, or are there a few kind of stragglers other than New Zealand? I don't even know. I actually know the Aussies have a government, a department of sport as well. That sounds fancy. Do we have a government of sport or government department of sport? Who's in charge of sport around here? I know we used to have a sports prefect at school, but that's a little bit different. Less responsibility, although you did have to make sure that all the balls did go back, or else you would end up, you'd have to go out and you'd have to start interrogating people. Even though I wasn't the sports prefect, just wanted to be involved, They were like, who are you? I was like, don't worry about it. Just tell me where you put the bloody ball. And we will just move on from it. 69 for 5 here for the Melbourne Stars. 12 overs down. Zahir Khan once again going to be bowling. I wouldn't be surprised if they bowl 12 overs to spin here for the Melbourne Renegades. I believe the Melbourne Stars have actually only got a total of 8 overs of spin that they will be able to bowl with the lineup they have got as well. Canberra, Melbourne, and New Zealand. They are the only teams not from New South Wales or Queensland as well. Missing that ball once again there for O'Connell. Last 6 overs, it is sitting on not a huge amount. here for the Melbourne Stars. The Bash boost point is going to be relatively low, only around that 60 mark. And now Zahir Khan, he's just a bit of a wizard with the ball in hand normally. He doesn't normally give away too much. The BBL isn't like the NRL, NBA, NFL, etc. Moving teams will not help with the BBL. It will make it worse as well. Here's Hamish Spencer. So do you think adding a team would be a good idea, Hamish, from a different region? And Brisbane has the Broncos, Townsville has Hobart. Has the Cowboys, Gold Coast, has the Titans, Manly, has the New South Wales, as Eagles, New Zealand have the Warriors, Penrith have the Panthers, Sydney have the Roosters, Eels, Parramatta, and also Dragons, Wollongong. So outside of the off stumper, once again, it's going to be hit away to the offside for the single. At the moment, I feel like from here, 130 is probably going to be a tough target for them to be able to try and hit. But it's possible. So here, Kanye, going to be ripping this ball down once again. Nicely played by Cartwright. It looks like he wants the 2 and they might be able to get there. Do they take it on? No, they don't. Decide against going for the second run there. 40 balls. Jeez. No boundary scored for 47 balls. That's a lot of balls. That's like 8 overs worth that they have not got a boundary in, and that is going to continue because that is just going to be the single. 8 overs in a row, they haven't scored a boundary here. The Melbourne Stars and New Zealand team can't play in the BBL team. How many Bs are called? Calls would be, with the team get with Aussie umpires as well, or the BS calls, and everything in New Zealand goes to rugby, cricket, and netball as well. And the BBL just needs adjustments, earlier start times, less games through the week, etc. as well. So here's Amish and also, hey, you can't, or you can do maths. As I says, Music Kiwi there. I can. I'm not terrible at maths, depending on what the maths equation is. If it's too tough, I end up just looking at it for a minute and going, where do I put my calculator / phone? Because we don't normally have calculators too often. I used to have one of those calculators that was a little like mini glasses case, like the glasses that you would have, and it would rotate and it could have a different color thing on each side type thing. At this stage, we have got there 8 times 7 equals, that would be 56, I believe, hopefully. And also we have got there as mind-boggling. 10 of the NRL teams of the 16 are from the Sydney area as well. The 17, if you include the Dolphins as well, says Sebastian there as well. And also that is the location of the rest of the teams from Robert there. 4 Queensland side Sebs and there as well. But at the moment, Go Stars is on the back of the shirts. Now it's going to be Kane Richardson getting ready to go. It's not only 2 states and 1 territory plays. It's not only 1 state and 1 territory plays league in Australia as well. But at the moment now, O'Connell faces Kane Richardson. Swing and a miss, was relatively wide, but it is not called as a wide there. So now it is 50 balls. They've got a half century of no boundaries, which is something that in any T20 format of the game, I don't believe will win you a game. As well, they might even struggle, like someone mentioned a little bit earlier on, to get to that kind of 100 mark. Depending on how it goes. 4 in Queensland, Titans, Broncos, Cowboys, and Dolphins in 2023. Says Sebastian, we've got there 8 times 6, that is 48. I feel like I'm getting my times table, and we got 12 times 12, Music Kiwi. And Hamish, I know what your favourite words are as well, says Paddy Wagon. I feel like you do. I say them quite a bit. Let's see what you come up with. I know that I've got a few sayings that kind of come out rolling off the tongue, like just too easy in a way, like they come off the tongue every single time. Like, it's one of them probably. Now I think about it. At the moment now, 13.2 overs down. Kane Richardson, bit more economical boom as well, 144 boom. And there, that's gone straight up in the air there. Once again, O'Connell going to be in a bit of trouble. It's taken there. And it is nicely done by Sean Marsh, the veteran of the BBL. He's going to be back out there taking a nice catch as well, and Bot as well. And this is Paddy Wagon. And also the US beat Ireland at cricket the other day. I put the link in the Discord. I did see about that result, which is a huge one in the whole scheme of international crickets as well, or cricket rather than the crickets. And also we've got there. Plus, you have to go back through the history of rugby league as well. And there's his own saying, come on, Robert, stop looking. 12 times 12. Just trust me as well in there. There's a Music Kiwi. And also really as well, it says Paddy Wagon there. Says Robert to Paddy Wagon. The moment, Case Ahmed. What do? Cartwright sitting out there. 8 of 12 deliveries. I'm not as well. And there says Rowan and Beep Boop. And they're from Paddy Wagon, and also rugby league is very specific. Has very specific regions where it is popular. The east coast of Australia, northern England, and southwest France as well. There, see, there's a Basham with the faller wickets: 13 runs, 43 runs, 54 runs, 61 runs, 68 runs, 72 runs. That's not too great. What if I tell you Stars will still win it as well? Says A1 saying, then I wouldn't hugely believe you, but I'm listening because at the moment they've got a 9% chance. I don't have any money in my betting account, though, so I can't actually do anything about it, sadly. But be a crack, I guess. And just don't go to sleep on the keyboard, Paddy, as I says Robert there, hit down the ground, and that is going to be the single there for Hilton Cartwright. That's the thing. If he can get a quick fire 50, they still get 130 or so here. And that's going to be enough, maybe. That's why most teams are from Sydney, because rugby league in Australia was born in New South Wales as well there. And also we have got there, we don't like bots around here. Someone should time him out if you can, as well, says Ellie Hills. I am actually the only one who can time moderators out, but he does pay my wages. So I feel like that wouldn't be a good move from myself there. And also if Melbourne Stars lost the match, then where they stand, or the team in the points current situation. So we will go here, and I will get up the table for you. That's going to be nicely whipped away by KFC Ahmed all the way for 6. What a shot that is from him. KFC Ahmed, that is the first 6 of the day, and it is from a man who is supposed to be behind 9 times 12 as well. Says a music Kiwi there. Is that to me or is that to Paddy Wagon? Or sorry, not Paddy Wagon, to Robert, I should say, and to go through history. Rugby League, Sebastian, you see why. As well, says Aaron Spencer. But what I will quickly do is get the table up as well. Hi, Ali Hills. Says David the mod there. And in the chat as well. I like they're saying that Bet might have a sponsor to me as well. Says it Music Kiwi there. So we will quickly do. Although you will think that I'm looking it up on a calculator, but it is actually the case of me having to search for the other one. But you're pretty much the easiest way of doing that is you would go 12 times 10, which is 120, then take off a little bit, so you got 108. There you go. You have 6 more seconds as well. Was that in 6 seconds? Hopefully, here's my question as well to Amy Smith, and he can't write that Paddy Wiggins. Remember deal. And there says Paddy Wiggins in there. Yeah, pretty much. I am the only one who has got the power, but like I said, a man pays me. So that's like me trying to fire my boss in a way, or not really my boss, but trying to, what's the situation? That's like me trying to fire the customer at Subway because they got something on their sandwich I don't like. That's a weird analogy. And yes, you won as well, says Music Kiwi. Nailed it. And also, I tell you what, Stars will win. Will be a hell of a game. I might even see a hat-trick in this game as well, says A1 Singh. So I assume that's from Harris Ralph, is it? And Good Alley. And there says David. At this stage, here, he's bowled 3 overs. And also, I am your boss, says Paddy Wagon. I don't know whether or not I would say you are my boss. You're the boss of some people, I guess you could say. And there regards to here, Khan now. But leg side-ish, KFC Ahmed, a little bit of a misspelled nut. Hilton Cartwright doesn't want it. And it is called as a ride. Yeah, it's Afghanistan bowler versus Afghanistan bowler here. Hey, Paddy Wagon, random question. Do you remember New Year's as well? Says that Music Kiwi, but at the moment, Kane Richardson. I think he will want to forget New Year's. Was that the one that he went for about 60 runs, or was that the day before or the day after? KFC Ahmed advance. I tell you what, he just tried to break that ball right out of the stadium as well. Okay, payments are closed as well, says Paddy Wagon there. You're slightly my boss. How about that? You're slightly my boss. How's that sound? It's not completely, but it's not completely. You are a manager. You like the manager role, Paddy. I always just choked. And it sounded like a combination of a burp and a cough, but it was just me trying to cough and not choke. I was trying to show that it was a 6 from Milton Cartwright, but I couldn't get the words out. As on, if you're born in St. George, you go for the Dragons. As on, also we have got there, who do you go for in the RO? As well. Says it was, and want to be friends, mate. Says Nick there. Tell you what, that's a shot there from Milton Cartwright going over the boundary, bro. You are welcome to India. As well as this A1 Singh. I mean, tell you what, if you end up telling me who's going to be winning these games and they do win them, maybe I will be able to afford a trip over to India. Watch a little bit of cricket as well. But Hilton Cartwright sends that one going bang. And as I don't have friends as well. And there's just Paddy Wagon. Okay, I guess he's just a businessman, Paddy Wagon. He hasn't got time for leisure, just business. It's all business. And also we've got there, well, we can be friends as well. And I actually saw on an old school bully, or I actually saw an old school bully a few years back. He was homeless and broken. I actually felt sorry for him as well. Says David the Mod there. They're going for the 2. They do get there nicely, though. Good running between the wickets for the Renegades. Because I live on the Sunshine Coast as well. So the Broncos there. And Zampa is key. A player for Melbourne Stars. He should be well tonight. I think so. But Stars need 146 runs to be challenging total at these conditions. Right, Vishnal. Adam Zampa, unfortunately, he is tested positive, so he is not here for this game. So does that mean that you would say now that the odds differentiate just a little bit more? And as we have got there, I'm getting sure, why not as well? Says Betty Wagon there, and I can be friends with you, but how much money do I get? Says Betty Wagon, also I'm your mate, brother. There's David, and also we have got there. If you come, I will arrange everything for you, and also a commentary box on which both of us continue as well there. Says A1 Singh. Aaron Finch saying, how's that? Umpire saying, nah, not happening. Well, that one, but that sounds like a decent deal, doesn't it? What games are we commentating? A1, and also we all friends as well. I'm getting going down as well. And also we've got him, not the most enjoyable seasons lately as well for the Brisbane Broncos. So here, Khan, a little bit leg-sided, but it's a dot ball once again. Good over in the end from the Melbourne Stars, ramping it up nicely. And also we've got the as well. I think Ayaz come as well. And there's Ali. But that's 6 from K Summit, and then the 6 from Hilton Cartwright. I'm no one's friends. I go solo as well, says Betty Wagon. Golf would be the sport for you then, or anything that is just a individual sport, wouldn't it? Tennis, but don't play doubles because that does require another person. And also, but I watch Union more, not league, and I have a focus on NRL. Also because I grew up in Tassie as well. Here's Amish Spencer there, but at the moment, that was their second most expensive over there for the Melbourne Stars. 18 runs from 10 deliveries. They haven't taken the power surge as of yet. They want to keep on going for a little bit longer. If Cartwright loses his wicket, if Case Ahmed loses his wicket, they're in a little bit of trouble. 12 runs and over from here on out will get them 151. Still probably not going to be quite enough, though. Nick Maddinson at the moment has bowled 3 overs for 12 runs, 3 wickets as well. But at the moment, Nick Maddinson, if he ends up getting out here, Hilton Cartwright was the wide ball, and it does go out. How many players from Pakistan in the BBL? There's actually quite a few. Naming a few of them, Harris Ralph. Here's one that comes straight to mind. Also, the youngster, Hasnain. He was actually there yesterday. Almost got himself a hat trick, which would have been absolutely phenomenal to see. I believe a couple other players. Oh, how was that is the asked question from Nick Maddinson, and one of the most polite ways of asking the umpire if that was it, and now he has dropped the ball. As well, we have got there, you would also play, you would have played solo tennis, and no one on the other team, because you might make friends as well. That is true. So you'd have to play against a wall. Shot down the ground from it was Case Ahmed. He always looks like he's running with pads 7 sizes too big, but he's quick between the wickets. For what it's worth, and also we have got there for what it's worth. I think I just read that, and that is why I said for what it's worth. And also, I believe that the Reds are the best Aussie team, but it's going to be tough against the Kiwi sides. Joking aside, there's Sebastian. That's going to be hit down the ground. There's going to be the single taker Muhammad Nabi in the deep. Would have felt, oh, that was an awkward height one to take by Nick Maddinson at the moment. Muhammad Nabi still got an over. He's going for 10 runs and over, though, so he probably won't get it. Reece Topley, they've still got. And also, I believe Zahir Khan is the only man who has bowled out. And also, we have got there. Where's you come from, brother? As I am from the South Island of New Zealand. So we are currently sitting 10:19 p.m. here. It's a decent night for a bit of cricket. It's been a warm day, hence why I look like I have been possibly divorced 3 times, and now I'm on holiday. But I feel like I'm lucky I'm not divorced 3 times. Yeah. So that's a good thing, I guess. That's going to be a good shot. And that's Cartwright once again ticking over some more runs. They move up now onto 6 of a 99. Or 6 for 99, I should say, as well. Maddinson, the over goes for 8. Last 3 overs, 27 runs at 9 runs per over. This is when you take the power surge. You've got to take the power surge in that situation. But Nick Maddinson, his best bowling figures for the Renegades. 3 for 20. Looked solid throughout it as well. At the moment, Nick Maddinson, they're just showing some of the haircuts that he has had in the past for the Sydney Sixers. That's an interesting cut. Okay, that's not the best haircut there for Nick Minnis. And now he's got the long gear that is at least slightly your mind and my mind must be alike. I see we both had chips as well, says Robert there. Oh, okay. It's gonna be Peter Wright. He's actually the man that we were talking about yesterday, weren't we, Sebastian? If I'm not wrong, he is going to be doing a bit of the darts up against Michael Bully Boy Smith, liking the nicknames. Those two. Right. They know a lot about darts at the moment, more than me. And I know why you are questioning who I go for. Is something wrong with supporting Union more than League in Australia as well? And also what country you belongs as well. So I am from New Zealand. I do still belong to New Zealand. They haven't rented me out to anyone else yet. That sounds really dodgy, but yeah, I've stayed in New Zealand most of my life, Hamish. You have to make sure that your daughter's marries Andrew Callaway's son, and you're settled for retirement as well, says Sebastian. Yeah. That's a good idea, isn't it? Because he's going to be a very good player, Andy Callaway. Wait, are we talking about Andrew Callaway in the rugby or a different Andy Callaway? Is Andy Callaway, is he another player who's got like a lot of money or like not even a player? Well, I guess he would almost be a player if he has got a heap of money maybe. At the moment, yeah. Going to be K-Sami just sitting it straight back down the ground to Kane Richardson, and it is the dot ball there. That ball actually popped up quite nicely. Which would mean K-Sami. At any time it's slightly shorter, he is going to be struggling to get over top. Absolutely. And I like Union more than League as well there. Advancing, he's tried to whack that one. It's a corner and bowled, is it? No, it's hit his arm. And K-Sami rubbing his forearm there. Was well done by the umpire to see that one was off the arm rather than the gloves there, but he was rubbing his arm straight away. K-Sami, he was going like this just in case the umpire was trying to decide. He was going, no, that hurt. Up the top of there, this guy's run out there. He's going, are you all right? He's saying it hit me in the arm. I'm all right though, mate. Get off. At the moment, it's going to be three balls, 3 dots so far. And this over, we haven't hit the power surge as of yet. They're saving it as late as physically possible. It could be a good move, could be a bad move. We will have to wait and see what way around it goes. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with another game of the BBL. The next game that is taking place is going to be none other than the Heat taking on the Strikers. That's a lie. It's the Heat taking on the Sixers. Different team that starts with this. And what about Pakistan security for international cricket as well? And there's their sports world. I probably don't know enough about it to be able to really comment. In what regard are we talking in the BBL or just in general? I said 200 runs tonight. Good job, Seb. Back in your cages. I said the mention there. I mean, I said 175 confidently. I was like 175. They're doing it. I think we all expected a little bit more from Maxwell. I think the only one who didn't expect much from Maxwell was Hamish Spencer. Well, we were walking away with 3 points here by the looks of it. Short ball there. Kane Richardson. Bosley bouncer. He might almost have a maiden. Oh, this is the power surge. This is going to be a maiden and a power surge. Maybe that's why they didn't take the power surge, because they didn't want to have the maiden. Just missing that ball. Oh, he just didn't quite get onto that case. I mean, he's got an extremely wide stance. Like pretty much he stands with his feet about a meter or so apart, like he is slightly crouched, ready to go for if he was going to maybe side shuffle, similar to a crab's movement. He swung hard there. That's gone straight up in the air. That's going to be a wicket maiden here for the power surge. It is indeed going to be one. Wicket maiden from Kane Richardson. We have got their maiden power surge. That's a new low as well. Even worse wicket maiden here. And Case Ahmed not too happy with that one. And also we have got the I like New Zealand. Love the country and nice people and wonderful atmosphere around the places everywhere as well, says Michelle. Yeah, it is very nice. If you do love your sport, it's a place to be. We have got plenty of it happening all around the country, but that is going to be well taken there by Sean Marsh. He's actually taken 2 catches since returning to the BBL. Perhaps he can get a few runs off the bat as well. But now the Stars, they are going to get the 100, which is the good news for them. But they're 7 for 99 here after the 17 overs. This is going to be a tough one for them as they keep on making their way through. But pretty much for the Renegades, if they win this game with the Bash Boost point, they will push themselves up into, they will actually be 6th. And the Stars will drop back down a little bit. Pakistan is now safe country 100 as well. And there's their sports world. There are a couple tours taking place in the near future in Pakistan. So I am looking forward to seeing how they go. And also we've got that wicket maiden power surge now. That's an even newer low. As I'm changing my prediction. Renegades going to win with 12 balls left as well. Says Music giving in good night. All I'm going to bed. See you another time. We will see you later on, mate. And also, hey, I got up and go and play a new update on Plants vs Zombies Battle for Naperville. So says Brandon, says, sounds like you're well and truly set, mate. But Brody Couch now at the crease. Doesn't really get a huge amount of time at the crease normally. But Cartwright here. Is Cartwright on strike here? I believe he is. Yes, he is. Topley. Got hit into the body there. Cartwright, and that is once again going to be a dot ball. This might not be a terrible chase here for the Renegades, who are looking extremely strong at this point in time. But it doesn't look like... I don't think they get into 120 here, the Melbourne Stars, unless this over goes big and they get themselves maybe a couple sixes and a boundary alongside that. Maybe they get 2 6s and a 4. If you add yourself another 16 runs or so on this one, there's still a chance for it. Set that one hard, Elton Cartwright. He hasn't got all of it, though, at all. And that's going to be a hard get for Madison. Doesn't quite get to it, and it does race away for the 4 as well. Nick Madison looks like he's hurt himself. No, he is going to be just disappointed for himself to not be able to take that Mr. Talkinator as well in there. Says that Paddy Wagon and also make a video, be a pro part free as well. There's Brandon McManison watching that ball. Just didn't quite line that one up early enough. Does end up missing it. Smacks himself on the ground. He looks like he was in a lot of pain as well, the way that he came down on the arm. He's not going to show it, though. He looks like he is going to be all right, maybe, although he does look like he's got his hands on his hips. Cartwright back on strike. They do not take the single there, as I know that Hilton Cartwright, here's the big man in this situation. The Terminator, it's the nickname for him. But the power surge, if they only get themselves 10 runs off the power surge, Topley just asking the question, or Richardson, I think, as well. You're right. And he's saying, yeah, I'm all good. I'm doing a thumbnail. I said, what is it the thumbnail on the meeting as well? And the Mr. Talkinator shouldn't yawn, or else I'll become the yawninator. Yawninator, that's a hard one to say. Straight up in the air. Once again from Cartwright. Is this one? Oh, it's going to race away close to the boundary. No, he doesn't stop it there for the man out on the boundary there. And that looked like he worked very hard to try and cut that one off for the Melbourne Renegades, but it's another 4. In regards to the Melbourne Stars, we have got the New Zealand versus Bangladesh. What time does it start? Day 4, what time in India as well, says Vishal. Okay, so it is 11 a.m. New Zealand time. So I'm not too sure what time that is in India. I believe that would be like 5 a.m. maybe, somewhere around there. Or somewhere around that mark. Bananas for the Stars as well in the crowd. We have got, by the looks of it, at the moment, they are just showing the India versus South Africa game as well. India, for this position of the game, they are sitting 1 wicket down. Was not KL Rahul who lost his wicket, though. Instead, it was the other man at the crease, and they are sitting 39 for 1. Cartwright doesn't quite get that one from Topley. Do you like trading cards as well? I don't actually have too many of them. If they had a rugby union one, I feel like I would be keen, but I believe the only one that they've got is rugby league, if I'm not wrong, is it? 3:30 a.m. is when it starts, Robert has said, for India. So it's quite an early start there for you, Vishal, if you do end up tuning in for that one. But hopefully we do get to see you there for some stage of that match as well. And also New Zealand VBD say about as well. And there, yeah, at the moment, Bangladesh, they're looking very solid in their game. Hilton Cartwright, pull shot, hit it nicely, but there is a man deep there. And they are going to have just a single. What a power surge. It was only 9 runs off it, and also losing the 1 wicket. And in that regard as well. So very nicely done by the Melbourne Renegades. They're not really going for a huge amount of runs at any stage throughout this one, and I feel like that is so crucial for them if they do want to get themselves back into this match. If they get the power surge point, like I mentioned, they go up to 6th, and they will only be 3 points behind the Heat, who are above them at this point in time as well. And also, I just put cricket breaking news above as well. Says it was from Robert. And also, we have got there. And also, do you know what is the thumbnail? Said on a meeting as well, says Brandon. I believe I do for that one. And also, Morning Amish, let's a lot of facial hair going on there, mate, as well. Yeah. At this stage, I feel like I do need to have a shave. I don't know why I haven't yet, but I feel like I normally do it as a forfeit for like some reason. So tell you what, Melbourne Stars at the moment, they're struggling a little bit here. Do they win? Do the Melbourne Stars win? If they do end up winning this game, the Melbourne Stars from here, I will end up, I'll get rid of this part because this part really needs trimmed anyway. Nicely played. Once again out through cover. They can't get back for the second, and it will just be one now. Brody Couch gets his first opportunity. And there we go. But yeah, my facial hair normally doesn't look great, to be honest. That's why I will end up probably getting rid of it before the next one. As well, but now at this stage, Cartwright, he's going to be at the non-strikers, and projected score is 120 runs for them, but they will still need a few more big boundaries. If Hilton Cartwright can hit it the way that we know he can at the MCG, I keep on saying S, because of course the Sydney Cricket Ground is where the location of the 4th Ashes Test match will be. And that's only 2 days away that is going to be taking place. We will be covering the Ashes on the channel as well, alongside Bangladesh versus New Zealand. Plenty of action coming up in the near future for the Bangladesh. And also, that's off the edge. Wicket down. Once again, Kane Richardson, he went up for it. Said, how's that one in the umpire? Just went, yep, you've got him again. And that is going to be now 8 down here for the Melbourne Stars. Not going to be easy to defend this total. They've got some very good bowlers, though. They will be hopeful that they can get to the job done. Just tries to feather that one down towards third man. Didn't get it. And in the end, it was Sam Up who was able to take it behind the stumps as well. At the moment now, it's going to be Brody Couch gone for the Golden Duck there. Making his way out now, Harris Ralph. And then they have got one other batsman, and it will be Ahmed Danielle, who we haven't actually seen with the bat in hand so far for the BBL. He has got a good slower ball and also an in-swinger and an out-swinger. Did say, in fact, he actually mentioned before the game he's got 4 slower balls. So I'm not sure how that works, but all of them might be effective. Okay, Sam Harper at the moment, he's stuffing his glove down his pants. And he looks like he wants to run out. If they do end up running here for Harris Ralph and also Couch, it will mean that he will end up possibly being able to clean it up. Back to the leg side there. Nice play by Harris Ralph. And it is going to be the single. And also, so since Mahmood Hafiz has retired from cricket, can you see him playing in the BBL as well, says Robert? I don't know whether or not he would end up. So I know that they do like bringing in experienced players from overseas just to kind of see what they can do in the Australian conditions of the BBL, but you don't really get that many international slots. So I feel like you bring them over for the experience factor as 133 for sure. As I say, Amish Spencer there, and Be a Pro is coming out at 5 p.m. Says Brandon there. Shot down the ground there from Cartwright. That's racing to the boundary. That will be 4 runs. And tell you what, the umpire almost got clobbered with that ball. I'm not even sure how much time he had to react to this ball flying at him. I feel like it was literally last moment he moves. Oh, tell you what, that was close. That was very close, Hilton Cartwright. That's good reactions there from the umpire. That is very good because that could have hurt big time for him. And also, we have got their bye for tonight. I meet tomorrow in the evening session of New Zealand versus Bangladesh. Good night. Bye-bye. As I said for sure, we will see you later on, mate. I think one of the umpires, he's saying that he's happy that he has got his guard up as well. And at the moment now, Cartwright sitting on 38 of 27 on holiday. And my A-League team, Melbourne Victory, is playing well on holiday. I'm so happy I get to watch them live. So hopefully that game isn't one that does get postponed and you do get to see them play. Who are they playing? Xavier, do let me know. Cartwright once again, nicely gliding that one out towards the boundary. It's racing close. It's going to be cut off, though. And it is nicely done in the deep. I think that was Sean Marsh, actually, cutting that one off. They want 3, and Harris Ralph gets there for the 3 runs as well. And win tomorrow, Brendan, as well. And now, are you going to be live? So we are live from about 11 a.m. right through almost pretty much the whole day. To be fair, we are going to be doing the whole of the day of New Zealand versus Bangladesh. Then we have also got a couple other ones that are going to be taking place. We have got the BBL tomorrow night. That is going to be the Heat taking on the Sixers. And then I believe that is going to be the other live stream. We have got Adelaide United in the FFA Cup. As I said, Xavier, they've had less games postponed for that competition, haven't they? Then the A-League at this stage. It's going to be a great Yorker bowl there. They don't get the single. because they want Cartwright on strike for the final over. That is going to be the end of that one. It is sitting now 117 for 8 here after the 19. 1 over for Hilton Cartwright. He set himself 41 not out. 4 fours, 1 6. Has to go bang here and try and build up a good partnership with Harris Ralph for the final over. They've got Topley. They've got Muhammad Nabi. I think it's going to be Topley or Presswidge. Presswidge has been bowling brilliantly. So I would go him, but I believe Topley's the more experienced one. Did you see the beat? See they beat the Phoenix Xavier as well. And there says Robert. And also Ashall Marsh and Mitchell Marsh brothers. And so why don't they play in the same BBL team together as well? So yes, they are brothers. And I think it is. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Hilton Cartwright is just having a little bit of a conversation. Okay, I'm not sure what that conversation with the square leg umpire was from Hilton Cartwright. Seemed like he was asking a little bit of a question about what he's allowed to do. And I wonder what the question was. We're probably going to see it here and see what he decides that he does want to do. Well, that's ball Topley. He strikes it well, Hilton Cartwright, or does he? Right out on the boundary. He's taken there by Mackenzie Harvey. And Topley picks up the wicket. Mitch is on standby for the Ashes, that's why. And he scored his captain as well. And there says Robert, but Topley there. Nice wicket there. And that's going to be 9 down now for the Melbourne Stars. They got bowled out last game. Is this going to be the same? It will now be Case Ahmed, or sorry, not Case Ahmed, Harris Ralph. And also, I believe it will be Danielle will be making his way out there. But just casually takes it there, Mackenzie Harvey. Safe as houses under that one. And Hilton Cartwright, he puts the head up, goes, I just haven't quite got that one right. He's going to be on his way. 41 off 29 deliveries now, ladies and gentlemen. And the Melbourne Stars have an 11% chance of being able to win this one. Yeah, I did, Robert, but not live as well. And what's the prediction looking like, Hamish, as well? It looks like it's only going to be around that 125 mark as well. But Mackenzie Harvey, I mean, he seems to know exactly where the boundary rope was. And he didn't even worry if the Renegades don't chase this target down. They should go defunct as well in there. Now it is going to be Ahmad Danielle. We know how much of a talented bowler he is. But now he has to try and have a little bit of a bat. He is once again another man who doesn't have a logo on the bat. And also we have got the and the Jack of that as well. I think that is who's going to be winning the game perhaps as well. At the moment now, Danielle on strike gets a Yorker. Does glide it out there, and they do get the single. And this won't be troubling the Renegades too much as long as it's something under 125. Unless Harris Ralph goes bang. I haven't actually seen that man hit a 6 before that I know of. Three for none, they are saying about in that last night's game for Hasnain. Can we see the same from that man, perhaps? Oh, Harris Ralph, he's tried to strike that one nicely. Has he got all of it? He has indeed, and it is going to be 6 runs there for Harris Ralph. Brilliant shot from the Pakistan player. And that is going to help them out. 6 crucial runs at the end of this inning. Still 3 more balls left. And Harris Ralph, if he hits it hard, once again, Topley just puts it in the slot. Harris Ralph swings through the line of the ball, hits it to the leg side. Bang, he goes. And that is the 6 runs as well. Like they're saying, what a feeling there for Harris Ralph being out there as a quick bowler hitting a 6 against another quick bowler. There's just nothing better for one of those guys other than maybe a hat trick. That's a shot and a half there from Harris Ralph. Or Muhammad Nabi was able to cut it off. And they do just get the single. Tell you what, that was a very nice shot from Harris Ralph. He's disappointed in himself. It's actually a very good cricket shot, though. Muhammad Nabi able to cut it off. It's just a classic. Pretty much a straight drive in the air. It did end up bouncing into Muhammad Nabi. He wasn't quite able to get onto it and cut it off early on. Like they're saying, extremely good fielding. He easily could have missed that one. Had it on the half volley. 8 runs so far off this over of Topley. And just the 1 wicket falling. If they get one more, then they're all out. Open challenge win. Melbourne Star, that's who he's predicted to win as well. Okay. So Melbourne Stars, tell you what, there's a bit of an even split. Everyone is saying that the Melbourne Stars win this game, even though they are well and truly the underdogs for it. So maybe, is it a harder pitch to bet on than we think? And because everyone seems to know who's going to win. I don't know. Maybe they get the news quicker over there or something. Well, only 7 runs off as well. And this is Aaron Spencer. Oh no. He's been bowled there as well, and they're going to be bowled out there for 126, the final ball of the innings, and they are going to need to chase down 127. Call with 22 balls left. I'll go grab a coffee as well. There's the bash, and so we will go like this, and we will go like this as well. So we're going to have to do some maths here, because I believe we had someone who was very close, which of course was Hamish Spencer with 133. So he will receive the 3 points there. One moment. Go like this. We will go like that as well. Right, Hamish Spencer, he ends up receiving the 3 points for that, for getting first place. Then behind him, it's pretty much whoever said it was the lowest as well. We got 200s in there. We got 65. Oh, sorry, 165, I should say. 162, 155 there. 157. And it was 169. Right. So I believe it is going to be, next it is Brandon, who gets himself 2 points. And then in third, it is going to be Paddy Wagon, who was able to get him some as well, or as I like to call him, the boss. Hey, how about that, Paddy? That's going to be going away. Be sure to get your predictions in, ladies and gentlemen, for how many runs you think that the Renegades will get if they get bowled out, or if you think that they are going to be chasing it down. How many balls left will they have? That is just showing a few of the wickets that we have got into the BBL so far. We've got the Brisbane Heat taking on the Sydney Sixers. That is the game tomorrow night at 9:15. Same time, same place. Be sure to check out that live stream as well. But anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated, you guys all being here for these live streams. We've got plenty more BBL. What's the pitch look like as well? Says Robert, it's looking like a spinner surface. I'm not sure why, but it just seems to be as well at this stage. It looks like there's not really a huge amount of spin and bounce. It's just kind of carrying through quite nicely. Keeping a solid one. That's at Gabba as well. And there says Robert, and also we have there Sebastian with the medals that he has awarded as well. Look at that. So speedy, isn't he, old Sebastian? Sorry for calling you old, Sebastian. I know that you are 1,000 and something years old, but I'm sure you feel 1,000 years young as well. And also 2 point let go as well with 15 balls. 146 with 15 balls, I believe that is, from Brandon. And I believe, yep, we can have that one. No one has said 15 yet. And Renegades win the game with 16 balls left, and they lose 6 wickets as well, says Hamish Spencer. 126. It's not a huge total. It's not a huge total. As you can see there, 87% chance that the Renegades win it. They got Sean Marsh back. Do I do it? Do I do it? I'm trying to decide whether or not it is worth going for. I'm still undecided. And I'm younger with each full moon, Hamish, as well. And there's Sebastian. A decent shout there, I guess you could say, as well. But yeah, be sure to get in your predictions of how many runs the Renegades are going to get if they do not chase it down, or how many runs we will see from, or sorry, how many balls remaining will we see if the Renegades are able to chase this one down as well. But anyone who is new, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. At the moment, we are sitting on a total likes of 40 already. So if you haven't already, be sure that and this is an easy score as well, says Sports World. At the moment, it should be relatively easy. And what's the overall letter? As says Hamish Spencer, I haven't actually added it up since about round 6 or something like that, but it was on the Discord a little while ago, but I will have to keep on adding them up kind of as we go. So that will probably be after Pakistan versus New Zealand. 5 balls remaining as well. Says Ali Hills there. And at this stage, we are just waiting for the second innings. Once I read out the names, maybe, who knows, maybe it changes some of your predictions. Sam Harper, Aaron Finch, Sean Marsh, Nick Manninson. And it is going to be Mackenzie Harvey, Muhammad Nabi, Jack Presswich. Will Sutherland got subbed out, and instead James Seymour makes his way in there. Kane Richardson, Reece Dopley, and Zahir Khan as well. Metricon Stadium, Heat versus Sixers as well, says Robert there. 131, Brandon, although you did have earlier on. Are you going 15 balls left, Brandon? Do let me know. And I'm going 127. And with 26 balls remaining, says Robert. So that is probably the most amount of balls that we have seen so far. Pardon the pun, I guess you could say. But yeah, hopefully we've had a few times where people have been 100% bang on. So hopefully we get that again in the near future, perhaps. But yeah, that Heat versus Sixers game, it's going to be 9:15 tomorrow, New Zealand time. Also, tomorrow we have got Bangladesh taking on New Zealand, and that is going to be the matchup that starts at 11 a.m. We're going to be going for 6 hours for those ones as well. So if you are new, like I mentioned, be sure to stick around. We have got my mum back for those live streams as well. And by the looks of it, you guys have been funding her. It sounds real bad, doesn't it? You have been funding her beer fund. But like, I guess if it was a fizzy drink as well, we could do fizzy drinks instead. And which team wins as well, says Mod. This stage, 87% chance that the Renegades do get themselves the win in this game. The Melbourne Stars, though, 13%. It's not impossible. It's just probably improbable, I guess you could say there. But in the end, Case Summit, he was able to hit a 6. And also Aris Ralph, the other man who was able to hit himself a 6 as well at the MCG. Not too easy to do. There's a beautiful flick of the wrist there from Case Summit, and second innings team captains as well. And there says Mod. So it is going to be Glenn Maxwell and also Nick Manninson, who are the captains of either of these sides. We have else got there, you tell me, and we'll know. How's that sound as well? And they're 129 average as well, says David. So how many balls left are you saying there, David? Do let me know. And also Nick Manninson as well, says he is indeed the captain for this matchup. But pretty much 15 balls as well, says Brandon there. And at the chat, we've just got the bowling lineup for the Melbourne Stars. Glenn Maxwell, he will have to bowl a few because we've seen that spinning on the service seems to be the better option. Then I've also got O'Connell. They've got Case Ahmed, Brody Couch, Harris Ralph, Daniel. And if you haven't seen that man bowl, he's got a great slow ball, got a bit of in swing, got a bit of out swing. Probably swings it all over the place for on this MCG surface, which might make it a little bit troubling for whoever does face off against them. And also it's the unknown. You don't really know how quick he's going to be bowling. I believe he can bowl 145, somewhere around there. You want to have a quick fella when you do end up, I guess, having the availability of a slow ball. You got to be able to bowl the quick ball well. Who's opening with Finch? I believe it is going to be in the situation of, Sam Harper, who they will be sending out. Can I change my Renegades prediction to 128, please? But my prediction in at the start of the stream, how many balls left are you saying they do get it in, Jay? Do let me know. But yeah, there's going to be Harper and Finch opening. Then they've got Sean Marsh as their option at 3. Nick Manninson as their option at 4. If the Melbourne Stars want any chance of winning this game, you get my prediction. I don't hear as well, says Paddy Wagon. So your prediction, Mr. Paddy Man, it was in the end. Unless you put it in the, did you put it earlier on, Paddy Wagon? Where is it? I don't know whether or not I got it, Paddy. Where's it hiding? I'm looking around at the moment and I am not seeing it. I do not see it, Paddy. Okay, so be sure to put it in again, Paddy, and I will help you out in that regard and hit a little star button next to it as well. But at the moment, the Melbourne Stars, they got a bit of rocking going on at the ground at the MCG. It's a very large ground, which always makes it look like there's not a huge amount of people there, but it is certainly going to be an exciting one for the second innings. This should be an easy enough total for the Renegades to chase down, but if they do not, it means that the Melbourne Stars, if they retain the Bash Boost point as well, they will actually move themselves up into 5th. And things I am jealous of is 2 Cents Rugby jersey collection as well. Or things I am jealous of is 2 Cents Rugby's jersey collection. Yeah, I think I've only got 1 kit or 2 kits, and there's a couple of the Chiefs ones. I put Ahmed Daniel as our captain as well, says Mod. So hopefully we do see him go decent and at this matchup as well. Just showing a few of the fireworks that are going on at the MCG. I feel like that is very impressive. The wind's going straight across the ground by the looks of it. He's not on the side. Mod as well. Although, no, Daniel is on the side. He is the number 11. He was not out for the early stages. 1 off 2 balls. So that's Ahmed Daniel. New addition as well. And Tuna Burger slap as well. I haven't actually added to Tuna Burger yet. Who knows? Maybe we do have one in the future. But do give me your prediction, Paddy Wagon, because I think I did miss it as well. I looked back through and I couldn't actually find it. Yeah, I don't actually see it, Paddy. So you'll have to let me know so that you can kind of lock it in as well. And also, hi, Amish as well, says Tanuja there in the chat. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing fantastic. Hope you are excited for the second innings as well. 127 is what the Renegades are going to need. And what should be, I like to call it a relatively easy run chase, but we will never know. 10 years on from debut as well for Usman Khawaja at test level OMG. I said it just then as well. It is not coming through for myself on that one. One moment, top chat. Must be an all chat, is it? It's not there, Paddy Wagon. Are you sure you put it in? I just said it then. I don't see it in the chat, and I clicked on all chat replay, and it doesn't have it. Unless you are pulling on my leg. Are you pulling on my leg, Paddy? Maybe. Possibly. There is a chance because I can't see it. I can't see it. It hasn't been coming through. I don't know what to do. it's missing from that one. But at the moment, they're showing there Scott Bolland. Will he play in Sydney? That is the big question that they have got for themselves. And also, I don't think. Have you put it in again, Paddy? Because it doesn't seem to like you. As also, we have got there David the Motto said lol there in the chat as well. Wait a minute. I'm just going to check something. Can I actually star donations? I just want to have a quick look because I haven't tried starring a donation before. And I just want to check whether or not that actually has the option. Surely I can. Or surely they stay there anyway. Oh, yeah, I can star. Okay, that helps me out. I was just making sure because I feel like if I ever get like a message on a like donation or something along those lines in the future, such as check out something, I need to make sure that I know how to star it. But my software StreamYard, it's doing all right at the moment. They've actually updated it a little bit. Still can't give me a timer, though. And also, Pujara, he's gone. And Rahane's gone just now as well for India. So they are actually 3 down at the moment. Gone for a golden duck there for Rahane. And now it's going to be Oliver, who is on a hat-trick ball. Someone else say it for me. As I said, Betty Wigan, I can't see it, Betty. And then there says Robert. At the moment, they've actually gone very nicely for themselves here. By the looks of it for South Africa, they've taken 2 wickets in a row. Can't see it, Petty. I feel like Petty is ultimate trolling us at the moment. Either that or it's just not coming through. Maybe it's something, rewrite it in a different way, Petty. Maybe there's like a keyword that's in there that's like banned on the channel or something. So it hasn't been coming through. Not sure. We have still got a little bit of time for you to be able to put it through in a different format, I guess you could say. And at the moment, deposit of $20 gets you $40. Oh my God, I'm just reading out the TAB bonus back thingy mabob that is on the screen. I'll probably try and sell you a beard as well. Hey, do you guys, how do you feel? Dave, I didn't tell you how many balls to the Kiwi lads. He just told you 127. So how many balls left do you think it will be, David? Do let me know as well. Please help me out to put second innings cap and a vice captain as well, says Mod. Although by the sounds of it, you have got Danielle as your man there. I would go... I'd like to think Case Ahmed or Glenn Maxwell will do it easily, geez, as I said, Sam there in the chat. They should be able to chase it down. 31 balls left now work as well. As indeed, did you have like it written in a different way, Paddy? I can see it, Paddy. And then congratulations for 9K, says Adunuja there. Thank you very much, mate. We did it earlier on today, and it is all down to you guys hitting that subscribe button and supporting it. Can't see it, Paddy Wigan there. As well, says David there. Now at the moment, we are almost ready to go for the second innings. 13% chance that the Melbourne Stars will be able to get themselves a win here. The Renegades, they are sitting there with an 87% chance of being able to win this game. It should be relatively comfortable, but that's why it may not be. We saw the Sydney Sixers in the end that struggled to chase down 105 at the SCG, I believe that actually was. That is the location of our next test match of the Ashes as well. $34 balls left as well. Righty, so we're going to see how that's going to go for you as well, Petty. I can say to them if you want. As I see Sam Spencer there in the chat. I'm slightly concerned, although I have actually got him starved with 31 balls left, so it is all good. We have been able to get that one sorted out as well. But do let me know the or the leading run score, I guess, as well in this one, ladies and gentlemen, because it is going to be possibly, I mean, that's the thing. Top order that they have got for themselves here for the Renegades. Sam Harper, Aaron Finch, Sean Marsh, Nick Manninson, Mackenzie Harvey, arguably Mohamed Nabi as well. It's probably another option that they could go with if they really want to as the leading run scorer. But now we will have to wait and see. We have else got there. Studman in there as well, says Bray Lad. As well, welcome into the live stream, and also hi, Brian back. Says that Roman, welcome in as well. And yeah, hopefully this is going to be a good second innings here for this one. Triske Rahul do his job. Oh, what's happening to Pujara lately? He just seems to be losing his wicket every single time, doesn't he? Early on, and I go at Coles right now, buy some bread rolls, butter, mayo, lettuce, and tuna as well. Says Amy Spencer, although we don't have Coles here, unfortunately. And number 3 is my leading run scorer, so that is going to be Sean Marsh. You are saying we'll be able to go out there and get plenty of runs. And that's the thing, if he does, maybe he gets a decent chance to be able to go on and kind of secure a spot in the Renegades lineup. I think second bat win, as I says Roman there, that is a prediction for him. We'll have to wait and see whether or not he is correct and also too slow there. And there says Paddy Wagham, but now it is going to be the youngster getting the opportunity. Now he bowls at about 140. It's Ahmed. Danielle, he can bowl fast. In fact, he can bowl very fast. And he has also got a great slower ball alongside in-swing, out-swing. The man can do everything with the ball in hand. He's probably hyped himself up plentiful before this game. So whether or not he can go, they make sure it's Portview tuna as well. I think we only have Sea Lord here. I could be wrong, but I think Sea Lord is our New Zealand one as well. But on debut now, bowls the Yorker. Sam Harper straight away through cover. And that is going to be at least the one run here for Sam Harper off the very first ball. They get back for two. And it is a nicely run between the wickets. They only really need about a run a ball here to be able to go out and add all ingredients. And you have a wonderful tuna burger as well. And then you got 10 minutes. Oh, you both gave him 300 seconds each, as us says right there. And at the moment, Danielle, see whether or not he can get this line of length right. He does end up pitching it up very full. So because of that, it does mean that you can risk getting just smacked through. If you do a full toss, it's going to be sent as well. That's going big from Sam Harper. Welcome to the BBL. He has gone for the 4 runs once again there. At the moment, they are saying that maybe the field is not quite correct for this man. And also, add all ingredients, and you have a tuna burger, and then just a random in from him as well. And at the moment, like they're saying, when it's that short outside of the off stump, if he gets anything on it, Sam Harper, it's racing away to the boundary, and that is exactly what happened to it. 6 runs off the first 2 balls here. At the moment, Danielle needs to make sure that he does get this one right. He's under a bit of pressure. If he can get the wicket in the first over, I feel like that will really help the youngster out. It's a better ball from him. It's a no ball, and it's going to be a free hit now. This is not the ideal start. We saw a dream start for his name in the last over, or the last match of the BBL. Now, unfortunately, Danielle, he's going to have a few problems possibly with the way that he goes from. This is going to be a free hit for Sam Harper, including the fact that they've only got 2 men outside of the ring. This could easily be a 4 at the minimum. And Sean Marsh, I call as top run scorer for the Renegades as well, says Robert. Yeah, no ball by Miles there. Trying to get the extra bit of pace. Just gets it wrong. You see, how's that? I don't think he's getting any LBW for the no ball, though. 2 balls bowled, 7 runs so far here for the Melbourne Renegades. Free hit. Sam Harper on strike. Tries to hit it hard. Only gets a little bit of it, and they are going to be taken on the single. Do they go for 2? No, they don't. And now Finch will have the strike here. And also, we've got my cap. As I says, Mulder-Islan, yeah, he is. It's pretty expensive at the moment in the early stages, but if he gets a few wickets, hopefully you do end up getting yourself a few extra points in that regard. I would have probably gone Harris Ralph, to be fair, as like one of the quick bowlers. I was to pick him just because he's had a few more games in the Big Bash over the youngster who has actually, I believe this is his first game that he is playing for us. And who's your vice captain? And there's Robert, but now at the moment, Aaron Finch be on strike. Danielle. It's like he is rearing to go. He needs to make sure that he gets the foot behind the line here. Well played by Finch, straight to Glenn Maxwell, though. Just throw it in to the man behind the stumps. It was not Joe Clark for this game. I've just actually realized Joe Clark is not there. It's taken me till now to realize that they didn't have Joe Clark. Instead, it is actually going to be Patrick Rowe. I feel bad. Joe Clark, he's actually been standing up for them in a recent game. So either he's injured or maybe he's tested positive, unfortunately, and he might be missing from the rest of it as well. And at the moment now, Danielle, he's gone for 8 runs on the first 4 balls. That's off the edge, shooting down to the man at third leg. And that is going to be, once again, another single. If he goes for more than 10 runs, it's Sam Harper as well, his mod. So at the moment, that's looking pretty good for you. Most runs in the BBL. Aaron Finch, he's just a little bit behind Lennon. By a little bit, I mean 400 runs behind. So it is going to be tough to catch him. Maxwell also right up there, 2,300. Darcy Short with 2,340. And then Wells sitting there, 2,254. I like this showing there for Chris Lynn. He's almost at double the 6s as Aaron Finch in the BBL. That is an insane number for Chris Lynn. If he can fire this season, Brisbane Heat will have a decent chance. That is a dot ball to end out the first over. Daniel, he has gone for 9 runs. He's disappointed. Okay, my captain and vice play tomorrow. If they don't fire, they're gone as well, says Robert. Who are the two that you have gone with there, Robert? But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. This game, it may be over before we know it, depending on how the Renegades keep on attacking and see whether or not they can make their way towards a very good position. But at this stage, his name, they're just showing his debut. His first over that he did bowl dropped as well, says A1 Singh there. And the chat as well, and also we've got there about the captain and vice captain. See, I don't actually do any of the prediction stuff in terms of like players and whatnot. I feel like I probably could, but I'll probably get it wrong many times over on Lynn and Pearson as well, says Robert there. So yeah, hopefully Lynn will be able to get going for the Brisbane Heat. They're up against the Sydney Sixers though, so that's not going to be very easy. I would say, I mean, to be honest, Sean Abbott's probably not a bad shout for the Sydney Sixers if he was available for it, just because he has been playing some very good cricket recently, not just with the bat in hand, but also with the ball in hand if he is needed. But at the moment now, Case Ahmed, he's going to be bowling the second over. They've decided straight away maybe it's better to have a little bit less pace on the ball for these ones. I wouldn't have thought they'd bowl Daniel inside of the power play. If he has got that slower ball, it's always very tough to use if it is inside of the power play when you only got 2 men outside of the ring. Okay, that was a long discussion between Finch and Harper there in the middle. Took them about a full minute. He's a bowler on my side as well, says it right. So yeah, that is a good choice. And at the moment now, it is going to be Aaron Finch. Okay, that music was very loud. I think that is why they weren't playing it. So nicely bowled by Case Ahmed, and it is going to be the dot ball to start off his over. But yeah, that was very confusing with how long they were kind of waiting for the music to stop, and it just didn't really stop, to be honest. It just kept on going and going. But Finch at the moment, the right hander here. Case Ahmed using his feet a little bit, tries to advance. Case Ahmed says, how's that? And it is going to be given his nod out there. Once again, have we seen an LBW so far in this match? I don't believe we have. We've seen a caught and bowled. Would you ever do merchandise as well, says Xavier Brown? One day I would like to. But it's just whether or not, because that's the thing. I don't want to have it that because we make it in like smaller bunches that it would end up being more expensive, like to be able to make type thing. Because then we would have to end up charging more, and I don't want to have to charge more. I want it to be like cheap, or not really. Well, I want it to be cheap in terms of price, but I don't want it to be cheap in terms of quality, if that makes sense. So it is going to be a bit of a juggle to see whether or not we can get good quality for a decent price as well, so that you guys don't have to pay an arm and a leg to be able to get it, if that makes sense. At the moment, looks like Sam Harper, he actually wants some tape on his bat. He's willing. They're saying if you've got a good bat, you make sure that it lasts. And I believe this is a good bat here for Sam Harper. Will Sutherland. Just a little bit of run and repairs to the bat of Sam Harper. And now he's going to be rearing to go once again for this one. And the strike needs a fist bump from Aaron Finch. He does deliver it. And now he is going to be on strike for Case Ahmed. This man's got a lot of power. Sam Harper for a small stature, big power. Advances down the wicket, hits it down the ground, and that is going to be the dot ball there. $50 is a good t-shirt. It's a good price to overpay as well, says Xavier Brown. See, that sounds like quite a bit. How much would you pay for a hoodie or a cap? That's all I guess is a good question. A cap or a hoodie. Wacko, he tried to get it. Oh, he's been stumped. He is indeed. Sam Harper messes up there, and he is going to be stumped there, and that is Case Ahmed's first wicket of the day. Very nicely done for himself. And he's going to make it 1-1 now. That is the early wicket they needed, though. They needed to find some way of breaking through. Advance, tell you what, there was a little bit of a juggle there from the keeper, but in the end, just held on to it enough. It was a bit of a race between the two to see who was going to be able to nail it. First of all, was it going to be the stumping, or was it Sam Harper getting it down? And it was in the end. The fella behind you said, Case, as well. And there says moderate as one. As well as that is in, said Case Ahmed for an option, or Espro as well. Yeah, I mean, he would have been a good pick, I think, on a spinner service. Hit his 60 to 70 cap, 30 to 40, and if you did rugby ball, 60, and phone case 20 to 30 as well. Says Xavier Brown. I have to write down these prices perhaps so I can kind of remember them. But I hope maybe by the end of this year we will have some sort of something that is available as well for the Kiwi Lads kind of merchandise side of it as well. At the moment, Sean Marsh making his way out to the crease. Kasama Doug bowling very nicely at the moment. Marsh, the veteran. Like they're saying, he hasn't played cricket for a long time, but desperate times call for desperate measures. They decided that he was the one. Ahmed Daniel, a 1 wicket, please, bro, as well. Sees it more there. At the moment, we have got that. And Finch has to go now, says Mod. And also Sean Marsh, he's got over 2,000 runs. Yes, he hasn't played in a while, but he is still going to be that guy. Tell you what, the music is very loud at the moment at the ground, and I think that is why the crowd are booing, because they are waiting for the music to stop, and it's just not stopping. Okay, now he's turned it down. I would recommend not turning that music back on for a little while, because or else the crowds might completely turn against him. Well bowled by KFC Ahmed, almost just kind of going for it. He's saying not out there for KFC Ahmed. He's not too sure whether or not there was a noise, but that is the end of the over, and it was. And then 1 for 1, I would pay $10 for a water bottle as well. Says Xavier Brown there. This was a nice over from KFC Ahmed. Only worked for the single there. And the end from Aaron Finch. Then from there, he was able to get Sam Harper out with the stumping. I would say if KFC Ahmed, if that's anything to go by, Glenn Maxwell should bowl the next over. I'm saying it now. If he doesn't, I would be extremely surprised that he doesn't decide to bowl himself. The only way he's not bowling himself here is if he ends up somehow having an injured shoulder and can't actually move it higher than about that. Hurricanes, though, he did a front flip while he was there. I feel like that's not very easy to do for a front flip, but he is waving to the crowd there as he is getting applauded by them as well. And I feel like that is one thing about the BBL that is pretty awesome, is the fact that they do have the interaction between the kind of crowd. Okay, they're going Harris Ralph here. I guess I am wrong. Actually, I might change that. First over after the power surge, or after the power play, I think Glenn Maxwell bowls himself. But for now, they want Harris Ralph to see whether or not he can break through. Have you seen the Dan Carter documentary? I have not. But it would be a good one to watch at some stage, I think. Harris Ralph, like they're mentioning, can bowl 150. If he does end up whipping it down there big time, can he do it here now for himself? Harris Ralph, good Yorker, tell you what, that had speed. That had speed on it big time. Are they going to tell us how quick it was? It was a Yorker. And Aaron Finch actually didn't swing through in time. Jeez. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. No footwork at all from Aaron Finch, just trying to get some bat on it. They didn't actually tell us how quick that was. Apparently, Kohli is missing out because of an upper back injury. I did see that he is missing for India, but at the moment, India, they are sitting a total of 3 down at lunch, 53 for 3. So not quite what they would have liked to be sitting on at the point in time. But now, once again, steaming in. Harris Ralph puts it on the leg side a little bit, straight to the man there, trying for the run out. And they do just miss, but I feel like there's a little bit of extra spring in the step at the moment of the Melbourne Stars. They've taken that wicket early. Harris Ralph, like they mentioned, he's a wicket-taker machine. They aren't showing us how quick he's bowling, but I know that it's not going to be slow. It's probably 145 plus. It doesn't really take a lot to be able to really crank into it. As well for Harris Ralph, he takes like one ball to warm up, and then he's just, yep, all good. At the moment, strike rate versus pace, anything that is good length, he does actually really struggle. Anything that's full, we can put away. Finch wicket, please, as well. Says it moderate as one. Now Harris Ralph once again, the Pakistan bowler steaming in. It's a good drive there, but it's once again another dot ball. Giving them just a little clap there at the moment, because this is good stuff from the Melbourne Stars. Harris Ralph is looking like he just kind of steams back to his mark, and also Virat's absence, it's definitely felt as well. Yeah, KL Rahul going to be the captain for that one, and he is stepping up at the moment, it seems. But he does need those players around him. I don't want it to be similar to the Joe Root situation, how it's the captain who's working hard, and then everyone else kind of just falls around them. And then you feel a lot of pressure, that is for sure, with the captaincy. But now Hilton Cartwright, they're showing him at kind of the deep backward square leg. If Harris Ralph strays to the leg side, it's going to be nicely played there by Finch, trying to dive for that one. And it is going to be the 2 runs here. It's going to be cut off nicely by, I believe it was Travis Dean, who was able to get that one as well. At the moment, Harris Ralph, they're just showing the way that he was able to get 2 wickets yesterday, because that's the thing, these games, they are all just back to back to back to back pretty much as well. But Harris Ralph, anytime he takes a wicket, he gets so fired up. He bowls a brilliant Yorker. And Berendorf not able to nail it last night. Finch, yeah. I feel like with the experience of Finch, he has faced bowlers this speed before. Just needs to work out how to play them. It's well played, and he is right behind the ball to Hane and Pajarafeld. Maybe something from punt as well. Yeah, Rishabh Pant, I feel like, is a good shout for that kind of middle order of India. Because if they lose, I mean, to be honest, if they lose KL Rahul very soon, all of a sudden you are in quite a bit of trouble. If you are India, you've got to try and find that rebuilding process. That's what Bangladesh did phenomenally today up against New Zealand. They just kept on building, and then they build again each time they lost that wicket. And because of it, they've got themselves a 73-run lead heading into day 4, which does start tomorrow in 12 hours' time. So we're going to be up. We're going to be raring to go for that live stream as well. But at the moment, Marsh, he has only faced the one delivery, and now he has to face off against Harris Ralph. Man who hasn't played cricket in a little while, definitely not in the BBL, gets a beautiful delivery. 144 Ks for Harris Ralph, and that will be the end of the over. Just the 3 off it, and it is going to be 13 for 1 now. 114 runs needed for 102 here. And at the required run rate, it's going to be 6.64 for the power surge. I believe they do need around that 50 or 60 mark. I will get you guys the exact number in a short moment as well. But the Renegades, I just listened to a story from, that was nicely played there. Run out opportunity there as well. Almost a Finch, not too happy, but yeah, a story from the English and also Indian tour from a little while ago. And Burp, as I said, Paddy Wagon, I don't think it quite works the same way as Yawns in that regard. That I know of, that's going to be a little bit of a nothing shot there from Finch, but had way too much power on it. Just been straight over the field as well. And Yawn says Robert there, that one probably works a little bit better than Burp as well. Yeah, that one still works. I hate when that happens. At the moment, nice shot there from Aaron Finch down the ground for 4 runs. Kaisame puts it in the wrong spot. And Finch bounces on the line and length straight away. Now he's sitting on 9 runs off 12 deliveries. It's a good delivery from Kaisame, right pitched up in the slot that he was wanting to be bowling for that one as well. The Marsh so far, he's in at a huge amount of strike. It has been all Finch alongside Harper, who did face 7 balls. Advancing down the wicket, it's hit him in the pad as well, and they are going to be taking the single for that one. And it is the lead by now. Marsh from here with Kaisame's right arm leg spin. Does he go over the wicket or around it? I feel like he'll go around the wicket here. Try and get going straight across him with Marsh as the left-hander. What side is he on? What way is he going? They're going to show us here. Oh, he's still actually going same side here, Kaisame. Trying to put it right across him. It's nicely played, and that is going to be the dot ball once again. Nicely done by Kaisame. He's only gone for the 6 runs so far off his first 11 deliveries. And also picking up that massive wicket of Sam Harper from the stumping. Down the leg side. It's a little bit of a juggle there. Harris Ralph trying to chase after it. And he does save the ball as well. Good work from the big man. And he saved the 2 runs. It's a wide called. I thought that hit something. At this stage, they say maybe the stumping could have been taking place as well. I just hope he don't fall asleep with stream not going. None of us can't hit the M button as well, says Paddy Wagon. Also says, right, imagine that. Me just sleeping here for like 10 hours and you guys are just there. And each time you tune in, you're like, is he still awake? Oh, no, he's still asleep. That would be an interesting live stream. I don't think I'd ever do it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If I got to that stage of sitting here like this, I'd like to think I'd be like, right, boys, I'm going to bed rather than kind of sticking around and just waiting to like kind of nod off. Nice shot there from Marsh. They want 2 and they do get 2. I think Aaron Finch might have been gone if they did end up having the direct hit. That is the end of the over. And after the power play, they are sitting 1 for 23. Here as well, the power play highlights. They haven't got a huge amount of them so far for this one, but it was a good shot from Sam Harper. Was able to work it nicely to the kind of point region, but then lost his wicket. did end up throwing away relatively early. I'm just going to quickly get the comparison here with the two sides. So for the Stars at this point in time, after 4 overs, they were sitting on 28 for 1. So they were actually 5 runs ahead at this point in time. So I'm wondering how much of an effect that will have in the kind of wider aspect of the game, whether or not we do get to see it. You should do that and then read the chat and see what people do. There's Paddy Wagon there. Oh, I mean, it would be interesting if I did end up acting like I was asleep and then just wake up and go like that and then just, fire off some things. The thing is, I feel like, how would you guys wake me up? I feel like actually, if that ever did happen, which it shouldn't, of course, if you guys ring me on Discord, it should like blast me in the eardrums with like the ringing sound from the Discord. I feel like that is a good way to do it because then that will end up waking me up. Because if you don't end up doing that, I might end up just dozing off for like ages just sitting here. Although I don't think I can sleeping up. Can't sleep sitting up, I should say. But yeah, Discord's very loud in my eardrums. And also, what is my as well? Says Brandon there. And there. So your prediction was 15 balls left, Brandon. So at the moment, it might not be a mile off. Well, that one, but 103 runs, 94 balls left. Current run rate, they are going at less than 6 and over. Current run rate that they do need is just over 6.5. That's relatively close at the moment here, but Marsh here sitting on 2 runs off 4 deliveries. It's that one nicely through cover. And when he drives it like that, you know that it is going to be racing almost to the boundary, gets at least the 2 runs, and they do just go back for the 2 once again. And also we have got the 131 as well. I imagine having Rahul, Labuschagne, and Root in the same batting order as us, Sebastian. Yeah, that would be tough. I guess it's similar to like, imagine one of those innings, or imagine one of those orders. I'm thinking about players who bat just time and time again for like hundreds of balls. Imagine having an informed Pujara and also, informed Pujara. Who else can just bat? Oh, I mean, even having Pujara in that lineup if he is not missing the ball. Having Steve Smith there as well. If you have him as a leg spinner, sign Labuschagne as a leg spinner so that you can have him still in the side. So I don't have you added on Discord. I was going to call you on Discord as well, says Paddy Wagon there. Yeah, at this stage, I feel like that is the way to go if I do end up nodding off. I shouldn't nod off, though. I don't think I've had any moment on a live stream where I've literally been like, I think I'm sleeping now. I've always been like relatively awake. I'll pay 50K for a QLF custom-made cars as well. And this is Xavier Brown. Although that would be, I guess, if you're paying 50K for the car, that means I'm probably paying about 40K for the car first, which would be a relatively expensive venture. For a start, what type of car would you have it as Xavier Brown? And also Devon Conway as a good shout at this stage as well. Sebastian, exactly right. He would be right up there. And at the moment, they are just showing there Nick Manninson his best figures, and that the BBL was able to get a cordon bowled also. Then from there, I believe there was actually one that he bowled someone, and he just didn't care, and there Petty added you as well. And there says Robert. It was kind of hyped up, I guess you could say, but he didn't really. They are just showing there backyard cricket catch. Kookaburra Sport, I believe it was. And at the moment, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Is Glenn Maxwell bowling yet? No, he is still not bowling himself. This is a spinner's surface, but he doesn't seem any guy that gets me from A to B as well. Says Xavier Brown. I like it. Nice old Lamb. Oh, I probably can't get a Lambo for 50K, I wouldn't think. But Brody Couch at the moment now. Charging in, nicely whipped off the pads. And this is going to be looking like at least the one Marsh wants to, and he gets it comfortably as well. So he's still got the runner between the wicket side of it. It doesn't look like that has gone anywhere for Marsh at this stage. Sean Marsh it is. I think I called him Mitchell Marsh before. It is his brother. 96 more runs needed from 89 balls. For them to be able to get themselves a bash boost point, they will need a total of 62 runs. I feel like that is doable, definitely because they are at 31, just a little bit after the 5 over mark. Michael Vaughan at the moment is on the commentary side of it. He will definitely be there for the Ashes on Wednesday is when it is going to be starting up. Brody Couch, short ball, nice shot from Sean Marsh. It is going to be straight out to Elton Cartwright. Just throw it in from the deep. It is just a single. I know this is very tough, but would you 11 lads? I would send to represent planet Earth, or would you send to represent planet Earth an intergalactic cricket game as well, says Sebastian. Oh. Okay. I feel like the guys in the top 5 are probably right up there. So you probably go, oh, what conditions are they playing in, Sebastian? Because I guess the conditions will depend whether or not you bowl Lyon or probably Ashwin, I guess, as your off spinner. Then you've also got the option of, I would probably have Joe Root there as well. And you got to have Marnus Labuschagne, probably Steve Smith in there. Have him at 5, I guess. And then also, who else would you have there? I guess you'd go with your openers are probably definitely not English. Feel bad for saying that, but I don't think they would be. But then you got Devon Conway as well. Can he open? That's a good shot there from Aaron Finch. Going to be nicely done. And then that's not even like going down the lines of like Bumrah and whatnot. The sandpaper surfaces of Saturn. Right, so I'll pick more Australians because they're familiar with that kind of. Can I say that? No, probably not. As I watched with the story, I heard about a broad retirement as well. It says Robert there for Sebastian and also Coley as well, says Xavier Brown. Yeah, he would be in there. It's finding that 3-4 combo because there's going to be about 10 different guys who you could pick there. At the moment now, Aaron Finch on strike. Brody Couch, big swing on the bat, and he does end up missing that one there. At the moment, he needs to make sure that he doesn't end up getting it for too many more runs. The Gray Nichols Max looking very nice in the hands of Aaron Finch. If he can hit the ball like in relatively close to the middle, it's going all the way. That is for sure for Aaron Finch. He's just got that power. Just swings straight through, but doesn't quite connect. But like I mentioned, they need 62 to be able to get themselves that bash boost point here for the Renegades. If they do that, they will actually overtake the Melbourne Stars if they win this game at the end of the match. But Brody Couch at the moment trying to make it difficult with where he is putting the ball. It's outside of the off stump, advancing down the wicket there for Aaron Finch. He wants 2 straight away, and it is called for 2, and they will get back nice and comfortably there for Aaron Finch as well. Looks like he wants some new gloves. He doesn't seem like he's too happy with those ones. He's just getting the replacements at the moment. There are quite a few seagulls that were around as well. And also we have got there, would you see in Jofra Archer as well? Oh. So I would say overall, I don't know whether or not I'd have Archer. I feel like you do need someone who has got plenty of pace, but I don't know whether or not Archer, because that's the thing. Are we going with like fully uninjured? Like, I guess we're going with everyone that's available rather than just the ones who aren't injured at the moment. That's actually a very tough question. The more that I think about it, you got to send Cummins, surely. Then from there, you're probably almost. It's a tough one. I'm still thinking about it in my head. I've hardly said any words in the last 5 minutes, just trying to work out who I would put. It's that middle order that's probably tricky as well. I probably have Jadeja, or would I have Jadeja for his fielding? I feel like that's pretty good, but is he going to be one of the players? Do you open with Latham, or do you go with Warner as well? Does Warner make it? I feel like Warner's right up there. Who else would you go? Who would you send as captain? That's even harder. You got either Kane. I didn't even mention Kane Williamson. And like all the names that I said Joe Root, Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Virat Kohli, all those guys. Devon Conway, never even mentioned Kane Williamson, who would probably get himself in there as well. Going to be hit to the leg side there. Taking on the single. I see fielded. And they do once again get the single. Oh, not happy with the Aaron Finch. You got the single, smacks himself in the pad. You want to make sure that you hit the pad or else you get in a very sore knee. After that, the Stars at this point in time, they were 6 more runs ahead of what the Melbourne Renegades are at this stage. So it's getting closer and closer. That's going to be a nice shot there from Mitch Marsh. Sorry, Sean Marsh. I keep on calling him Mitch. That is a brilliant shot there from one of the Marsh brothers. It's very nicely done. That's an interesting looking child. He's got a mullet. He's got green sunglasses. And that's the thing. There's a lot of mullets in Australia at the moment, isn't there? I feel like every man and their dog has got themselves their freshly cut trim of a mullet shape as well. But he did end up dragging that one down a little bit. O'Connell, because of it, he has gone for 6 runs off the first 4 deliveries. At the moment, Sean Marsh got himself the Grey Nichols as well. And they look like Okay, you must have to sanitize the ball each time it touches the crowd's hand or something along those lines. We have a decent chance with a squad like that as well. See, Sebastian, although we don't know what the fellas are capable of in Saturn. Or are we versing Saturn? That's going to be a one-handed shot there from Sean Marsh, because that's the thing. What if they bowl like 180 Ks and hit the bound, or what if they put the boundary 120 meters out, just because that's what their regulations are of their country as well. And I've seen Warner, Latham, Marnus, Lavashane, Williamson also there. We have got there as the captain, Smith, Kerry, Cummins, Lyon, Archer, and Stark as well there. Nicely played. Once again, out to the man at deep point, and it is just going to be the single to close out the over, and it is going to be 44 for 1. So the Renegades at this point in time, they are sitting just a little bit behind what the Melbourne Stars were. The Stars, they were 47 for 2, so they did actually lose one relatively recently for the Melbourne Stars at their stage of this innings. This is going to be a close game. I feel like it's going to be closer than anticipated. I feel like it could come down to the last over. Just from the initial reaction, they've got plenty of men to win the Sheds, but if they lose one or two quick wickets, that could all change. That's a 6 from Finch. I jinxed it. That is going to be a great shot from Aaron Finch, straight down the ground for 6. Nothing wrong with that one. That is for sure. We have also got there. I think he was trying to take a selfie, so that's why he's giving the ball back. Just quite, yeah, I would pay $50 for Kiwi Lads beer and wine. As well, says Xavier Brown. I don't actually quite know how to make beer and wine. But if I did know how to make it, I probably wouldn't buy it, even for myself, to be honest, because I wouldn't know whether or not it was any good. And Paddy and I working on something as well, says Robert there. Paddy and I working on something. I did get added to a group. I think I just saw, so maybe that is what it is going on at the moment. Oh, Finch getting that one a little bit wrong with the edge, and it is going to be once again looking like 2. Brody Couch cutting it off nicely, though. But they do still get back. What if the crease is 50 meters long? Imagine that. Cricketers are completely out of breath as well, says Sebastian. He just had to take a selfie with the ball first. That's another great shot there from Aaron Finch. Straight down the ground, 1 bounce 4, and he has decided this is the over that he wants to go after Case Ahmed. Wait a minute, I've got one from David as well. And Rob, can't talking in the Discord. As I says, Betty Wagon. Wait, so what's happening at the moment? I feel like there's something going on, and I have no idea what's going on. Nicely played once again there, Aaron Finch. The better length from Case Ahmed. He's already gone for a big total in this over. Sean Marsh sitting on 15 runs. Paddy's fixing something as well. Says Rob. I could just see the notifications coming up at the moment. But Marsh is going to be sitting on 15 runs off 12 deliveries. 31 for Finch off 28 deliveries here. And they need 70 runs off 74 balls. They're definitely ahead now. They actually only need another 5 runs to be able to get themselves the Bash boost point, and they might be able to chase it down with a couple overs left. 9% chance for the Melbourne Stars to win this game. 3% chance on my live win probability as well. But Case Ahmed needs to make sure that this is a bit better. That is going to be hit down the ground just for the single. Oh, it's a misfield there from the Stars. Do they get a second? No, it is still just the one. I think that was Glenn Maxwell, was it? Yeah, it was Glenn Maxwell. And the crowd are all giving him a little bit of stick there by the looks of it. Glenn Maxwell at the moment. Seems like he's still enjoying himself. He said that it was the snake, possibly, that it did end up going a little bit wonky on the ground. But Case Ahmed now get out this over without too many runs. It's gone up in the air from Aaron Finch. It's a take. No, he's dropped it there. And that is the catch put down. That could have been the game changer there for them as well. Travis Steeney got to the ball. That would have been Finch out, but that is going to be the end of the over now. And hi, I'm from Afghanistan as well in there. And I love as well in there for the Afghanistan and Australia. And there, so welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are excited for the BBL. We have got plenty more action. The game tomorrow night, the Brisbane Heat taking on the Sydney Sixers. We will be covering that game on the channel as well. But this was a chance. Oh, he had it as well. He almost didn't even need to dive for it. It just didn't quite stick in the hands there for the Melbourne Stars, and that takes a little bit more of the wind out of the sails as well by the looks of it. At the moment, Harris Ralph now he is going to be bowling. They're already almost halfway to the target that they do need. They've got 2 games in a row up against the Strikers on January 7th and January 10th. So they've got 4 days off here to try and get a couple of their players back, perhaps, after their positive cases, because they're missing about 10 players, I want to say. Could be a little bit wrong there, though, in terms of the exact number, but I know that they're missing at least 7, including Adam Zampa, Marcus Stoinis, Nathan Courtenay, Joe Burns, maybe Joe Clark now as well, by the looks of it. And then also they are missing Adam Zampa. I think I said him. Straight up in the air there for Aaron Finch. I don't know whether or not he's got all of it. Oh, it's got enough, though, because of the fact that Brody Couch was not quite far enough back. I paid $120 for Kiwi Lads headset and $200 for Kiwi Lads better. So says Xavier Brown there. He's asking who will win. As I says Robert, Renegades. I think the Renegades will be able to get the job done. They actually only need 1 more point for them. Or 1 more run, I guess I should say there as well. And if they do get that, they get the bash boost point, and they will be able to make their way on to possibly getting into the position of being above the Melbourne Stars and be in 6th place. That's a shot there from Finch. Just times it beautifully. 6 runs using the pace of Harris Ralph, and he is in form at the moment for Finch. At the moment, it is going to be a beautiful shot from Aaron Finch, timing that ball to perfection. And at the moment, I will mention the Stars at the start of this match, they were favourites to be able to win this game, 34%. Now they've got a 0.9% chance. As I get some sleep for us on there, says anked up. Although after this game, I am going to be heading to bed, and then we will be up nice and early for the game that is taking place tomorrow as well. The last one, I paid $900,000 for QLAS players, says Xavier Brown. Nice. I mean, that would be kind of cool to have a plane. But I don't know whether or not that is going to be something that happens in the near future. Well, maybe we start with caps and go from there. Are there any YouTubers / sportsmen / anyone who sell planes with their like logos on it? And don't say like a plane manufacturer, because that's literally what they do, I guess. Most 6s at the moment. He is sitting decently for the BBL. 93 6s. If he gets 2 more, he goes above of Ben McDermott. If he gets another 10, he goes above of the man who is just a little bit further up. But Chris Linney is not getting beaten in the BBL in terms of how many 6s that man has been able to put together. Good Yorker there from Harris Ralph. Well fielded though and close. And it is going to be cut off. Nicely done once again. But they are already leaking runs here. They only need 5.21. I'll pay $1 for the Kiwi Lads channel as well. Says Paddy Wagon. It's tempting. It's tempting. I could give you like one of the Kiwi Lads channels that no one even knows about. One of the old ones we have. I was going to I don't know anyone as well. And there says Xavier Brown. So yeah, I feel like it would be revolutionary. It's a big word. At the moment now, Harris Ralph steaming in short ball there for Mitch Marsh. Strikes it all right. It's going to be racing away to the boundary, and that is going to be another 4 runs. Gets it just enough on there in terms of the glove, I think it was, that it did hit. And also we have got there Yo as well in there. Says Sammy G, welcome into the live stream, mate. And also we have got there, how much would you sell your YouTube channel for? I don't actually think you're allowed to sell your YouTube channel. I think it does actually get you suspended or terminated if you do try and sell it. So I guess I'm not allowed to, or else then whoever buys it would have been ripped off, because YouTube would then delete the channel. I believe you're allowed to change ownership of a channel, but I think the original owner of it still has to be like down or something like that, or something. A short done deal as well. There's Paddy Wagon. It'll be nicely hit down the ground. It's just going to be the single once again. And that is going to be the end of the over. 14 off it there for Harris Ralph. And it is going to be 100. Or 1 wicket down for 73 runs there. Going to be tough. Building more and more pressure here. The Melbourne Renegades only needing 54 runs off 66 deliveries. Plenty of people in attendance at the MCG though, which is pretty awesome to see that they have been able, I guess, to still have some sort of crowd as well. At the moment, what do we got? The best catches as well for cricket. And also, so what channel are you going to give me as well, says Paddy Wagon? I don't know. I don't actually know whether or not we have got one that we can give away type thing for the channel side of it. Because, yeah, I would have to read the fine print of YouTube, because I don't know whether or not you are actually allowed to give channels now that I think about it. So I might have to retract that offer. At the moment now, Sean Marsh it is, sitting on 21 runs off 16 deliveries, compared to Finch, who is sitting on 41 off 32 deliveries. So he is going along quite nicely. No 50s have been scored in this match so far. The Stars, they had a couple guys a little bit close. Cartwright sitting on 41 before he went out, and 32 was the next highest for them, and that was one of the openers. But now Danielle, he's going to be charging in 9 runs off his very first over. Can he get a breakthrough wicket? It's a short ball. It's gone straight up in the air. I think it was the slower one. He takes the catch there as well, and that's going to be Sean Marsh now gone. And Danielle picks up the wicket. It was the slower ball, 118 Ks. And now Marsh, he is going to be on his way. That is a crucial wicket there for them as well. Now this stage, like they're saying, maybe the back of the hand delivery from him. We just end up having a little bit slower. I'll pay $5 for the sun as well. Says, right, yeah, I don't know whether or not that is allowed, unfortunately, in that regard. At this stage, that's a good wicket. Danielle, he celebrates big time. And he just, tell you what, you know how much it means to him if he is able to get that wicket early on. And if he can get another one before the end of this over, all of a sudden the momentum changes as well. I'm being serious. I think your channel was worth 5K as well. There you go, Xavier Brown. I'd take it. I feel like that's a decent amount, isn't it? At the moment, the Stars, they are sitting on 126 when they were dismissed, all bowled out as well. So they did have a few, well, actually, they didn't have any balls left. They managed to do it right when it was right at the last minute. But Madison now left-handed batter, 1,800 runs for himself here. And 85 is his best from 95 matches. Never brought up 100. Won't in this game because there's not actually 100 runs left on the board. They actually only need 54. Now, Danielle, if he can get himself a hat trick here, that all of a sudden changes the game because Finch will be on strike here. If he gets Finch out now, this game would change a little bit. Even the Q Lads reacts. One video and 58 subscribers. Or subscribers, not too shabby as well. Says that it was there from Sebastian on YouTube. Sign into as the owner of the brand account under account. Select add or remove managers. Click manage permissions. I see a list of users who can manage the account as well. That's going to be the wide there from Danielle. So not the follow-up ball that he would have been after there. But at the moment, 74 for 2. Like they're saying, they've never seen Danielle bowl, which does make it extremely hard to be able to work out what he is going to be doing. He told them before the game he's got 4 different types of slower balls. I don't know what other ones that you've got. In swinger, out swinger. He did say that he is able to bowl as well. So I feel like either he was picking himself up big time or he has got all of those balls in his arsenal and it is just choosing the right time to release them as well because you've only got 24 balls to be able to bowl. That's going to be the dot ball there. Misfield, never mind. It is going to be the single. What I got. Putting in, can you give a count to another person as well? This is Betty Wagon there. Another 2 teams you've got to mention in the NRL are the Chargers and North Sydney Bears as well, said Robert there. At the moment, it's just a simple bit of misfielding that they really didn't need. I mean, Channel as well. And there says Betty Wagon. So I guess they probably changed the rules because I know that it used to be that you weren't actually able to kind of change the licenses over for a channel as well. At the moment, yeah, it is going to be, I would say, Danielle, if he can pick up another wicket here, I know that whoever it was earlier on who did have him, I think it was Mod, he will be happy that he was able to take a wicket there in the early stages. Madison now, stamina once again, slower ball. And now Madison works it down to third man. And there we go. It is going to be just the single. At the moment, 51 from 63. The only way the Renegades don't get this done is if they get bowled out. But if they get bowled out, then that will be a monumental collapse. Only needing the 50 runs here tonight. It's attendance. They've got 21,500 in attendance for this game at the MCG, which is good to see that they are still able to have some form of crowds in Australia because they were talking to moving all the games to Melbourne so they can take place. But for now, it does seem like they're all going to be taking place where they are. That's going to be a great ball bouncer there from Danielle. Only went 130. And like they're saying, the Stars, they have been able in the past to lose 9 wickets in a hurry and actually lost the game when they were cruising along and now seeing the score. Are you nervous? Oh, your prediction as well, says Robert. I knew from the start I probably wasn't going to be getting it, to be honest. If I was going to have a guess, I probably would have said around that kind of 10 ball mark left. But I believe they might be able to do that probably even more comfortable than my 10 that I was thinking. But at the moment, Aaron Finch is looking like against the Melbourne Stars, he always scores very good runs by the looks of it as well. These are huge microphones. Or those are huge microphones those commentators have. They have like those massive, I don't have anything that's the equivalent of it as well, but they're literally like that, aren't they? They have like massive circle bulbs on them. I think they're similar to the ones that we saw for the test match, aren't they? Going to be a dot ball there. Finch is angry with himself. Daniel asking the question of an LBW. Does he realize that was about 5 stumps over to the leg side? That will be the end of this over, though. And it is going to be 78 for 2 here. So the Melbourne Renegades, they need 49 runs off 60 ball. Finchy as well. And there says Paddy Wagon. At the moment, it looks like it is going to be, I would say, Finch will get 50. Finch will get 50, I think. And also, we have got the year as well, says Robert there. But at the moment, I would say, who's going to be the second top run scorer? I'm trying to decide whether or not it will be Madison or whether it will be maybe Mackenzie Harvey, who estimated his way to the crease. I think Madison's going to get out before 10. I think he's going to go out before double figures here, and it's going to be Harris Ralph who does pick him up. Although they might not bowl Harris Ralph for a little while. Do they take the power surge now? I would actually take the power surge now and just go for it. I feel like the sooner that they get this one done, the sooner their net run rate will be propelled upwards. And as a team who were in last, you always want to keep on pushing that one forward. Because at the moment for their net run rate is minus 1.7. So because of that, you do need to ramp that up. And it will be just a little bit better than the Stars if they do end up winning this game as well. What did Marsh make? He managed to get himself 21 runs off 17 deliveries for Sean Marsh. So it's a decent total for him to come back into the side at the moment. Madison here is going to be on strike, sitting on 1 off 1. Feel good for Finch. It's been a while since he had a very good innings as well. And yes, do it now. And there says Paddy Wagon. Wait, yes, do it now. Yes, do it now. What are we doing now, Paddy Wagon? At the moment, it is going to be the Stars sitting on 4 for 61 at that point in time. Maxwell now bowling himself here. He's going to be trying to slow it down. And Hamish India are in trouble after first session at lunch. 53 for 3 South African Pacers performing well. I did see someone got a golden duck. I believe it was Rahane, wasn't it? Did end up going out pretty much straight away in that situation. But now Glenn Maxwell needs a couple wickets here if they want any chance of being able to win this game. It's not going to be easy. They need 8 wickets pretty much to be able to get the win. They have still got Harris Ralph. They've still got Danielle as another option as well. But this time now, they are going Glenn Maxwell, the captain, the skipper, the big show, as he is called. Is he going to be able to put on a big show here and pick himself up a wicket in the early stages, just after power thing, or whatever it's called again, as well, says Paddy Wagon. Yeah, I feel like, I don't think they did just yet, but I feel like it's probably only 1 or 2 away, because you don't want to end up risking it too late when you've lost your 2 set batsmen. Like maybe they give Madison about 5 more deliveries faced, and then from there you go for it as well. And Pajara and Rahane places are in danger. They will be dropped if they don't perform well in the second innings as well. Says Coding. I guess that's the thing with so many players from India who are coming up through the ranks. Like everyone's position isn't really like it's too safe. That's gone up in the air there. Maxwell, he wants the catch, and it's not going to be one. It is going to be racing away for 4 runs there for Finch once again. Moving up onto 48 runs now. At the moment, I would say, I mean, it's a very tricky one, because India, for me, like the fact that they've got such a deep talent pool, it does mean that some players who might be able to find their form just a little bit later kind of miss out, and they're straight away out of the question for being able to go into the side. At the moment, Glenn Maxwell. Is it a power surge over? I think Glenn Maxwell was just saying that Brody Couch. Okay, Brody Couch has gone back, so maybe it wasn't the power surge over, is what Maxwell was saying. They have worked that one to the league side, and now at this stage it is going to be cut off nicely and just kept to the single neck. Madison now back on strike. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. 14 balls is the difference between the runs that the Renegades need and the balls that they've got left. They've got 57 left here. 4.53 is their required run rate. So the quicker they can do this, like I mentioned, the better the net run rate gets. And then the more they slowly keep pushing themselves back into this one, Nick Madison hits it down the ground. No worries at all for the Renegades, other than the fact that if they lose a couple quick wickets, I think that's the only way that it is physically possible for them to be able to win this one. 46 likes and 9K subs as well. So we're getting closer. If you haven't already, should hit that like button. Let's see whether or not we can at 50 on this BBL live stream. That is going to be the single for Finch. Well batted from Aaron Finch. He has been able to get the 50. He did a lot of rehab on his knee, trying to get back out there for a side. And now, in about a second game back, he is going to be able to get himself the 50 there, Aaron Finch. 50, 20th BBL 50, I should say, in 81 matches. He's gone on to get 200s. This game will not be one of those ones, as there are only 40 runs left. Well, Maxwell drags that down a little bit. Hit down the ground from Madison. Of course, he will know these men very well because he used to be a Melbourne Stars boy, and they won't drop Pujara and Rahane. They're too good despite some less successful performances. Yeah, and I feel like it is once you start dropping players for just kind of like one or two bad performances, that then it does make it that the new guys normally who are coming in just crack under the pressure because they know that they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They're just showing there the BBL final for the Melbourne Renegades up against the not the Sydney Stars, up against the Melbourne Stars. And that was the game that they actually ended up winning the BBL because of the fact that the Melbourne Stars, they did fall over in the final we have got there. So it's here a final between the top two teams as well, says Nov Mum. So pretty much they have a little bit of a weird final system. So the system that they go with, the first game is 4th versus 5th. The next game is 1st versus 2nd. That's a qualifying final. Then in that one, it is going to be the winner of the 4th versus 5th takes on the winner of takes on 3rd. So it's either 4th or 5th taking on 3rd. And then the next one after that, it is given as out. Madison's gone for 4. He's gone. And then from that one, it's the qualifying loser, which is the team that were the loser of the 1st versus 2nd game, take on the knockout winner, which is the 3rd versus 4th or 5th game. And then from there, the winner of those two games play off in the final. There you go. So pretty much it's a weird system, but it kind of makes sense when it's not read out. Because reading it out, it sounds like I'm just saying a whole heap of random numbers and whatnot. But Nick Madison, he has gone 4 runs off 5 deliveries complex, like the NRL playoffs as well. Says Sebastian, but yeah, it is pretty much so that the teams who qualify 1st and 2nd get a second chance to be able to make their way through to the final. I believe. I think that's kind of the way that they go. At this stage, Mackenzie Harvey, he is going to be out there now. They still need to work hard here for the Renegades. They are 3 down. I'm just looking. 40 runs still. Should be doable as long as Finch stays out there. If Finch is out there at the end of this game, like this game will be over by about the 16th, 17th over. But if Finch goes soon, there's still that little tiny glimmer of hope here for the Melbourne Stars. 0.5% glimmer of hope, I guess I should say, for the odds that they have got them at the moment. But it's going to be now O'Connell. Once again, running for 2 straight away. Mackenzie Harvey, he wants it. And him and Aaron Finch very quick between the wickets. And also, I hate getting lemon juice into a cut as well, says a Paddy Wagon. I guess that would be very painful winning an NRL player, so simple as well. And there says Robert, because they also have the fact that if you lose, if you're in the top 2, you get another chance, isn't it? Something similar to the BBL's kind of setup of you pretty much have a qualifying final, I guess you could say. Yeah, qualifying final, and then the team who loses that one goes through to play someone else. And also Salt as well. Salt would suck as well. Wait a minute. Lemon, salt. What's the third thing that you have for like, there's like a beverage, isn't there? Hey, you like drink the beverage, you have the lemon, you lick the salt. Is that what it is? What one's that drink with? Or do you lick the salt, then squeeze the lemon, then drink? You can tell that I am, of course, a very heavy drinker. Lemon juice is worse. Tequila as well, says Sebastian there. Oh, Euro Mac was almost on his way there, Mackenzie Harvey. Lime as well, says Paddy Wagon there. So it's not lemon, it's lime instead. Okay, I'm learning a lot. At the moment, Finchy is still sitting there on 50 runs off 39 deliveries. 1 ball left of this over for the Renegades. I feel like at this point in time, it's almost delaying the inevitable with them getting 1 or 2 more wickets for the Stars. And the Renegades, 37 runs. Finch still at the crease, on strike to O'Connell. Big full toss, and Finch says, thanks very much. I'll be having that. Or did he get it? Oh, Harris Ralph might have just taken that catch there on the boundary. If he's managed to nail it, Pakistan will be very happy with that one for Harris Ralph. I think he's been able to take that one. Aaron Finch is going to be waiting out at the crease. That is an absolutely huge wicket there. He's saying that is out, Harris Ralph, but would he be saying it's out even if he stood on the rope? That is the big question. They're just ticking this one. Or they're going to check for a no ball as well. You need to summon your inner alcohol, Amish, as well. There must be one, if you have Scottish genes as well, says Sebastian there. Is this a no ball? No. That's dropping down, so it's whether or not Harris Ralph is able to be like Spider-Man. It's close. We're going to need a different angle. I think it's on the rope. I think that's on the rope here for Harris Ralph, was my first initial reaction. He's lucky that it is apart. I think that's a 6 as well. And so you lick salt, do tequila, then suck lime as well, says Paddy Wagon. So that's the order that you do it in, is it? 2 times qualifying final and 2 eliminators. Does the rope move at all? It's close. The rope doesn't actually move, which I think is making this even harder. If it was the part with the triangles on it, it would have been easily touching the rope. I'm looking at this many times and I still don't know what way they're going. Would have been, that would have been an epic catch as well. I believe his foot touched the rope. They're checking this one 15 times. Either way, there's going to be a disappointed side. It's either going to be Harris Ralph or it is going to be Aaron Finch. Like they're saying, you can't really tell. So normally that is soft signal of out from the umpire. Might end up as out here. They're saying that it could go the way of Harris Ralph. This is an absolutely huge moment as well. That's how NRL works. The finals out the Kiwi lads as well. And there says it was Robert. Are they going with Harris Ralph here? It's going up on the screen. It's out. That is giving us out. That is a massive moment. Aaron Finch, he is not happy. He's shaking his head. Oh, epic as well. There, and he is not happy. He is really angry, Aaron Finch. I'm glad that he got his 50, though, before ending up going out on 50. But that is now 4 wickets down for the Renegades. Is there somehow something brewing here at the MCG? There isn't. There shouldn't be. But now Harris Ralph, he's going to be steaming in. O'Connell there was a big full toss. Aaron Finch, it could have been 6, but instead it was given as out as well. See, that's the thing. The rope didn't deviate at all there. And what a catch as well, says Paddy Wagon. Yeah, the big Pakistani quick was able to nail it. And now he has got the ball in hand. And I feel like a catch like that will fire him up to 150 or maybe at least 148 or something. Yeah, that was Brandon beating you and I as well. And there's his Robert. And also what a catch as well in there. From it was Paddy Wagon, but very nicely done by Harris Ralph. Is there a late tail in the tape here? Is there going to be a change? Muhammad Nabi at the non-strikers in. Mackenzie Harvey going to be on strike here for big Harris Ralph. And even though I can't see as well, and there's Paddy Wagon. It was a good catch. And I bet his foot was on the line as well, says Sydney Thunder. I thought it was too. I think there was something touching it, but because the soft signal on the field was out, if the umpire said not out, I believe it would have been not out. But because the umpire said soft signal as out, that's why it did stand, because they had to find clear, conclusive evidence. Taking the single there, well run there by the Melbourne Renegades. Aaron Finch is just asking the question of, why am I out there? Ah, no. There's the comment from Aaron Finch. He did look like he didn't really want the big full toss as the way that he did get his wicket. But Aaron Finch, he'll be disappointed with the way he was dismissed. Wanted to be out there at the end of this innings. 4.6 is the required run rate. Couple good overs here from Harris Ralph, and also they've still got other options. They can't really afford to bowl their spinners, I don't believe. I think they've got to go with Brodie Couch, Tom O'Connell. He's bowled him. Harris Ralph gets him. And Mohammad Nabi, he's got a golden duck. No. Surely not. Surely there is no chance here for the Melbourne Stars, but Harris Ralph swings it nicely, hits that one. He bowls him as well. This game might end insanely. I said that it was going down to the final over. It might, because the Renegades are now 5 down. They just need someone. They haven't taken the power surge though. And your reaction says, "No, I couldn't believe what I was seeing." And who comes in now? It is now going to be James Seymour as well. That's the thing. 14% chance now for the Melbourne Stars to be able to get that one. To get this one. I feel like that was the biggest reaction I've had on the channel almost so far. I just couldn't believe my eyes for what just happened there. Harris Ralph, I mentioned about the fact that as a big quick, when you take a catch in the outfield, that fires you up big time. He's just done that well and truly and bowled Mohammad Nabi. He's had a really tough day with the bat, or tough season with the bat. No. Hey, goodbye. As well, says Paddy Wagon. James Seymour now. They haven't taken the power surge as of yet. They need to keep it in mind, though, if they do want a chance. At the moment, they look a little bit nervous here. Mohammad Nabi, he hasn't even taken off the pads or anything. He's gone, nah, I don't actually go out. I'll go in next instead. Harris Ralph steaming in. Nicely played out through cover, and that is going to be just a single there. Off the bowling of Harris Ralph. Now it will be Mackenzie Harvey. This is a big wicket. It's I can't sleep, so I went swimming as well. There's Hamish Spencer. Fair enough. Did you go? Have you got a pool, Hamish? Or did you just end up like going to the local swimming pool? I don't know what time it would be. It was actually a decent hour, maybe. And I was at Sydney Thunder. As I said, Sydney Thunder then. And no, you got to sing it as well. And there says Paddy Wagon. And also, who you going for? Renegades or Stars as well. And there. And that's the thing. The Melbourne Derby is taking place at the moment. O'Connell's been able to pick up 2 wickets. The moment, Harris Ralph now getting ready to go. Steaming in. Well played, but it is going to be the dot ball. Once again, that is where you want it from Harris Ralph, just going straight across of the left-hander. They've got 2 left-handers at the crease, which does now mean that maybe, I mean, that's the thing. They actually swapped out a right-hander for a left-hander there in Will Sullivan. So they had 6 left-handers. I don't know the last time that I've seen more left-handers in a team than right-handers as well. But 18% chance for the Stars to be able to go on to win this one. They would have been paying $101 earlier in this game. Not even, like, exaggerating Yorker and a half there from Harris Ralph. It's going to be the single they decide against throwing it. And now 34 needed from 43 runs. Come on, sing it, Irish as well, says Paddy Wagon. Tell you what, if there is one more wicket and, you know, if there's a bit of convincing going on, maybe I will consider it for the next one. I can't sing for shit, though. I can't sing very well, I should say. I went in a pool at my apartment complex, and it's pretty much 9 p.m. as I was saying, Aaron Spencer. So, yeah, I feel like that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I've got a pool closely available for you as well. Harris Ralph now charging in, 3 runs off his over. Almost inside edge onto the stumps, and that is going to be the end of the over. Only 4 off of Harris Ralph. That's less than the required run rate as well. Now, at this stage, it does ramp it up just a little bit more. They still have the power surge available for them. 5. Also, no swearing, please. Says this down. Yeah, sorry about that. That one slipped out as well. At the moment now, I would say 33 off 42 balls should be doable for the mayor, and you have to do it as well. And there says Paddy Wagon, and I have to work tomorrow. Back into the grind as well. I feel like that's the thing, though. If the Melbourne Renegades win, then it looks like I'm really going for the Melbourne Stars. If I sing no, hey, goodbye to them as well. So I feel like that would be, I don't know, would people consider it disrespectful towards the Melbourne Renegades? Because at the moment, Glenn Maxwell bowling. This is actually very risky here. And also we have got there, and remember to like and subscribe it. As I says right here, the man, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe there. Well played once again, and that's going to be the single. This could be 6 singles here, and that is not ideal for the Melbourne Stars because they've only got 5 runs and over. If that, actually, it's about 4.5 runs per over that they have got available for themselves to be able to keep on going. He just hit. Nike says he deserves this word as well. Here's Sebastian. Yeah, probably one of the first swear words we've had. To be fair. Nicely played once again. I feel like that's the lack of sleep this week as well. And also 50 likes, so now you're going to sing it. Oh, you got to sing it as well, says Robert there. I feel like if there's any Renegade supporters, they're going to be well and truly not happy. They are dead last. It's fine as well, says Penny Wagon. I like they're saying the tail would not want to be facing Harris Ralph here. The moment the crowd are trying to fire them up. The 21,000 in attendance. No run there off the ball. The moment this is getting closer and closer. The Melbourne Stars, they have got a 9% chance of winning this game from here on out. They still have a couple overs left. Harris Ralph has got 1. He will be bowling. Brody Couch has got 1. He will be bowling. Who else have they got? Brody Couch actually has 3, so he could probably bowl a few more if he wants to. Case Ahmed's still got 1. Danielle has also got 2, but he's very young. So do you put the youngster under pressure? Was able to pick up a big wicket earlier on for Danielle when he was able to pick up the wicket of Sean Marsh. With Maxwell there, it's going to be wait, and it's going to be no run. Once again, only a 3 off this over so far. There's still 1 more ball left. Mackenzie Harvey here. They need 30 off 37. This is going to be game management and a half here from Maxwell. Going to be running there. A little bit of a hesitant. Could have been the run out, but misses. If Raids fans get angry, they can get time out to cool down, as says Betty Wagger there. And at the moment, the recap of this. It was the first stumping. It was a good stumping from Rowe because he was possibly in that position. If he didn't quite get it right, would have ended up with Sam Harper back. But Aaron Finch, 50 runs off 40 deliveries. Also Sean Marsh, 21 runs off 17. Just outside leg is the goal, and I'm only 3 minutes walk from the beach as well. And Renegades in there, says Robert there in the chat as well. Harris Ralph, great take from him. And then the bold of Mohammed Nabi. That is a wicket that not too many people were expecting, but he absolutely loves the Harris Ralph. He looked like he was about to punch the ground. He better not do a Devon Conway. End up breaking his hand from trying to punch it through the bottom of the MCG. I assume that will get you a little bit of a penalty of some sort, of fine, and 100 runs coming up as well. And also, Gate fans, it wasn't letting me type on iPad. I don't know why as well. And there says Betty Wagon. But at the moment, 3 wickets lost in the last, I guess you could say, last 10 or so runs. They have lost it as well. So that is going to be something they'll look at. It is now going to be the youngster bouncer there straight away. And they are going to be taking the quick single. Nicely done there between the wickets. Good running. And it is going to be Danielle will be getting a chance to try and get this one going. 28 more runs needed off 35. They need a good over from the youngster. They probably need 2. And he wouldn't mind getting 2 wickets alongside his bowling. But Seymour now, the X-Factor player, the man who was brought in for Will Sutherland. He's a left-hander. They've got a whole heap of lefties, like I mentioned, for the Renegades. This is going to be a tough angle to try and kind of handle, but they've got the 2 men to the leg side. Deep square leg, deep fine leg. And now, Danny, oh, that's gone straight up in the air. Who has got it there? No one. It's gone over the top of the player. And they are going to be able to get the single. That was almost a chance to get Seymour out. And also, okay, time. Smash the ball, please, as well. And their iPads are so much better than Max, in my opinion, as well, says Hamish Spencer. But in the end, I believe it was actually that opener once again. He's had quite a busy day in the field, Travis Dean. He wasn't quite able to line that one up. Glenn Max, he'll be disappointed with that. If that was the wicket, then this game once again has that momentum shift. Currently sitting there on 100 runs. That's a shot straight at the man at cover, and that is a dot ball here once again for the Melbourne Renegades. The crowd in attendance, the 21,500 at the MCG, getting behind their home side, Whoever wins this game, like I mentioned, does actually get propelled upwards. The Stars, if they win it, they will still be sitting in 6th, but they will have 13 points just behind the Brisbane Heat. If the Renegades win it, they will go above the Stars as they did receive that Bash Boost points, and that would be sitting on 11. Mackenzie Harvey sitting on 8 runs off 12 deliveries, 27 runs needed. Diamani, good slow ball Yorker. Going through the field, though, and this looks like it's going to be racing right away to the boundary. That's 4 runs. And that is a pressure reliever, as they've called it. Great shot from Mackenzie Harvey. I'm trying to work out whether or not they have actually taken the power surge. It looks like they may have, because it didn't look like they had too many options out there in the deep. Maybe they haven't. I think they took the power surge, but I could be wrong there. I don't think we've been informed. Can you back to my prediction and see how many wickets I said? As I said, Hamish Spencer, so I believe you said 6 off the top of my head. Hamish, you did say, one moment. You said there, lose 6 wickets with 16 balls left for the Renegades to be able to win it as well. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be close as well. And did Jay just say runs or balls as well? In there, Jay. Whereabouts is Jay? It's going to be a nice shot once again from Harvey, and this could be racing away to the boundary. It does. Tell you what, he put everything into that Hilton Cartwright to try and stop it, but it did once again end up going for the 4. And now Danielle, his over's gone for 10 here. That is just a brilliant shot from Harvey, sitting on 16 runs now off 14. He's got the 1 ball left of this over. The only way they lose this game is if they get bowled out. Hilton Cartwright tries to swat it there. You know he's going to put everything into it in the field. But Danielle just not quite getting his line and length right on this one. Been expensive so far on his debut. And sorry, I didn't get that. Was it 6 as well? It was 6 indeed. Now Hilton Cartwright still out on the boundary. Needs to get this one right. Needs to get the wicket here. Danielle end up no run. That's a dot ball at least for him getting it down there at 141 Ks. I don't think he'll get another over here for Danielle, I believe. Instead, with the options they've got left, Harris Ralph gets 1. Brody Couch gets 1. Well, actually, I'll give Brody Couch 2 here. And also was 6 and 16 balls, Hamish Spencer, as I says right there. So yeah, I'll give Brody Couch 2. I give Case Ahmed maybe 1, or one of the spinners. Maybe Glenn Maxwell gets 1 instead. Hilton Cartwright, he looks like he stayed down. I think he might have dislocated his shoulder here. Oh. So Hilton Cartwright, he might have a concussion. Here by the looks of it. I think he smacked his head extremely hard on the ground. But if he's got the nickname the Terminator, surely he's going to be all right, although he doesn't look all right. Bit of a jolt there for his neck. I think they're looking at. Couch struck well from Seymour. That's 4 runs. And now this is starting a roll for the Renegades. We've got there Maxwell gets 1 as well, says Robert. At this stage, he might not even get 1 if they keep on losing their wickets or keep on giving away the boundaries as well. And also we have got there, can the Renegades slow down? I'm near my prediction as well. Says Amos Spencer. At the moment, it looks like they are trying to get this game done as soon as possible here. I'm still not sure if they've taken the power surge. And if they haven't, they have still got plenty more time to be able to take it and get themselves just a little bit closer. Whipped off the legs there. It is going to be nicely done by Seymour to be able to tick himself over. I believe there was a leg by, so he will still be sitting on 9 runs off of 7 deliveries. But yeah, Hilton Cartwright at the moment. It looks like, I'm not sure what happened there for Cartwright. I feel like the only thing I can think of is maybe because he is the Terminator, his arms are like made of metal and whatnot. So maybe he smacked his head on the metal as well. He is just consuming a lot of water at the moment. Also, we have got there, I see 20 balls left as well, says Novmum. It's going to be close. Definitely if they had another boundary here, you're probably looking pretty good for being able to get that one right. It's just going to glide it down there to third man, and it is going to be once again a single. There's no hurry here for the Melbourne Renegades. They only need 2.89 runs per over. The last thing you want is to chuck away your wicket trying to go for some unorthodox sweep or scoop or something along those lines. That just gets you into trouble. Not just with the captain, but also with the a little bit of pressure that goes onto the tail enders. You can't right. He's just drinking a whole heap of water, so hopefully he is all right. Not too sure what happened to him, but if that is the case, that he has got some sort of concussion, that will mean that he is going to be out for a little while. And the Stars, that will add another name for the list. They've got 4 days until their next matchup. Outside of the off stump, they want the runs. It's going to be just a single though. Once again, the man at deep third man was able to get that one as well. And also we have got there, come on Stars, defend for a little more as well. Says Hamish Spencer, what was your 6 balls left, wasn't it? No, sorry, 16 balls left. It's getting closer at this point, but now, I tell you what, if it is around 16, you will actually get yourself a full 6 points on offer, Hamish, which would be very impressive indeed. But Mackenzie Harvey now sitting there, 17 runs off 15 deliveries now. Brody Couch bowls it well, I should say. That is going to be the dot ball. At the moment, Seymour sitting on 10 runs off 9 deliveries. Harvey sitting on 17 off 17. The men that they have still got to come out to the crease, and Gades just smack the ball as well. Or smack the damn ball, I believe that is from Paddy Wagon. Currently, Presswidge, Kane Richardson, Reece Stopley, and Zaire Khan as well. Those are the options that they have got for themselves. Be nicely played once again, out through, kind of offside here. Another single, another run towards the total that they do need. Now for the Melbourne Stars, it's back down to 0.5, and the wickets are close to one more wicket, and it might be the perfect prediction as well. Tell you what, if you nailed that, it'd be very impressive indeed. They are just showing the game tomorrow night. It is going to be the Brisbane Heat taking on the Sydney Sixers, and what will be a very exciting game indeed. Both sides wanted to win that one. And I guess both of them at this point, I would say they kind of need it more for the Heat than the Sixers do. The Sixers, they want to take the first place position back. If they win that game up against the Heat, they will be able to do so. But if the Brisbane Heat win that game, they will actually propel themselves up, maybe even into 4th place for themselves as well. So there you go. Maybe a little bit more rearranging taking place on the table in the near future as well. But at the moment, the Renegades, with that point that they did receive for the earlier bash boost, they are sitting on 8 points now. And the power surge has now been taken. This could be over right now here for Case Ahmed. They're either going to go big off him, or they are going to be able to sneak themselves a few more runs. 11 needed off 24. No one out on the offside, and they bowl it on the offside. Interesting choice. That has worked out as a dot ball there for Case Ahmed. Currently gone for 26 runs of his first 3.1 overs, and I know not a spin bowler as well, says Hamish Spencer. It's not a terrible one, though, in case Ahmed has got plenty of ability. Was able to get the earlier wicket of Sam Harper. Outside of the off stump, they are taking on the yes, and they do end up getting that one for the single. Harvey sitting on 19 off 20. Seymour now, the way he was striking the ball in the last over, I wouldn't be surprised if he well and truly tries to swing here. Get this game over and done with. They've still got men in the sheds. Presswidge, Richardson, Topley, Zahere Khan. Surely they can't go through all of those men in the last kind of few stages. Advancing down the wicket, it's an hard over the offside, and that is going to be a nice shot. It's going to be pulling up short, though. Brody Couch able to grab that one, and they do just take the 2 runs. Brilliant throw there from Brody Couch. 8 runs now needed off 21. Get a 6 as well, says Novmum there. And the chat. And also we've got there, come on, defend. And there says Hamish Spencer. But at the moment, they are talking about those wickets that they were able to get in the final. Reverse sweep. Oh, he struck that one beautifully there. And that's going to be now racing close to the boundary as well. Can he stop? No, he can't, Harris Ralph. And that is going to be the 4 runs now for them. And now they need 4 runs off 20 balls here. Can he get a boundary to finish off this game here for Seymour? He's loving the fact that they've got the men inside of the circle. He's just finding the gaps. That was well hit for Seymour as well. Straight over the top of Harris Ralph, who had to try and cut it off, not able to as well. And yes, and there's Hamish Spencer. Now, boundary here. And get a 6 as well, says Novmum there. Even a 4 here, even a boundary of any sort will end up winning them the game. But Seymour now sitting on 16 runs of 11 deliveries. Currently 16.4. Off the edge, straight to Harris Ralph. So 4 more runs needed off 19 deliveries. Big stretch for myself. Nicely played. Straight to the man, though. That's the end of the over. 5 for 123. There is still a power surge for the next over as well. And also, we've got there. Come on, says Amos Spencer. I'm just going to look through at the other options. There we have got, we have got 15 balls left from Brandon. As I say, that's probably the next closest at this point in time. We did have 20 from Novmum, also 16 balls left from Amos Spencer, and 12 balls left from Music Kiwi as well as in there. What else have we got? I'm just looking through at the other ones. 22 balls left from Sebastian, a little bit more there. 5 balls left from Ali as another option a little bit later on, maybe. If they do end up not being able to score themselves, all points will be nice as well. So here's Amos Spencer there. But at the moment here, Harvey is sitting on 19 off 20. So pretty much for you to get all the points, Amish, you do need them to get it in the next 3 balls, or else you will only get 2, perhaps, maybe even less. If it does go down to about 14 balls left, you will only get yourself, 13 balls left, you will actually only get yourself 1. And good night, Kiwi lads. I'm going to sleep as well, says Ollie Wilson. We will see you later. I'm the closest right now. Come on, Renegades hit a 4 as well. Harris Ralphie's got the pace to be able to possibly head to the boundary. Well played, and it is going to be the block. Once again, that is the dot ball. We are now sitting here at 4 runs needed of 17 balls. So pretty much they need a boundary here for you to be right, Hamish Spencer. Anything else, and it does become Brandon's 3 points as well. And I'll say, yes, finish it as well. It says Hamish Spencer. And now it is going to be Mackenzie Harvey. Once again, going to be steaming into the crease here for Harris Ralph. It's hit him. That's going to be the dot ball. They went for the run out. Now they get a free single. Interesting. Why did they go for the run out there? That wasn't really worth the crack as well. 3 runs and 16 balls left as well. And there says Hamish Spencer. At this stage, Glenn Maxwell, he's got a big smile on his face at the moment now. Now at this stage, and Ark, as on there says Hamish Spencer. Now Harris Ralph. It is still the question of if it goes down to, I believe I said 13, didn't I? If it goes down to 13, it will go down from the 2 points to just the 1 point as well. So he needs 3 more. Great Yorker there from Harris Ralph. Hit down the ground, and it's going to be the single. And Glenn Maxwell, not Glenn Maxwell, decided against it as well. Yeah, I went for 22 because I thought this is a real low total, not low enough for the Renegades, it seems as well. Says Sebastian there. I mean, I backed the Stars just to have that variation, which of course was probably going to be not the best idea. I did say if I had actually backed it, did I say 10 or 15 balls is what I would have gone with? I said either 10 or 15. I can't remember what one it was though. I want to say it was 10. I want to say it was 10, but it could have been 15. Not too sure. I can't remember what over I set it in either, so I can't even go back and check. At the moment now, it's going to be Harris Ralph. If he gets accurate hat trick, it's going to be now the dot ball once again. Well, and that is now going to be 14 balls left, just at a 4 as well. Says Amos Spencer there. At the moment, he is just hoping for the freebie that does end up getting it, and Ralph as well. And there, says Amos Spencer, he's bowling well at the moment. Like the Stars, even though they are struggling in this game, they're still trying to see whether or not they can get one more little burst of life. I've missed out as well, says Amos Spencer there. But now it is going to be once again Harris Ralph. Short ball. Tell you what, that's worked well for the glove work. And that is going to count as a dot ball as well. Tell you what. Patrick Rowe. That was brilliantly done there. Went straight near the head. And he just glides over and is able to take it as well. Saying it could have been a wide. At the moment, on debut as well to take a catch like that. But now it is going to be one more ball left. Harris Ralph for the over. Puts it in the slot. That's going to be 4 for Mackenzie Harvey, and that is going to be the end of the match. And they have been able to chase it down with 12 balls left now for themselves as well. The 5-wicket win for themselves. And that is going to help out the Renegades. They now move themselves up into 6th. They take the Stars position as well. Right, we will have a quick look through at all of the predictions that we did have. So we have got there a little bit earlier on. One moment. We will go here, and we will go here as well. Right. Brandon actually... Wait, did Brandon say 10 or 15? I think he changed to 15. He did have 10 originally, which would have been a little bit closer in that regard. So the first place in this one, it is going to go to Music Kiwi, who did say that there were going to be 12 balls left. This one, so we will go here and we will go here. And we'll give Music Kiwi a couple more points. No, one moment. No, that's not the right letter. No, that neither is that. No, just put 2 D's on my screen. Music Kiwi will get the 3 points. And that is going to be followed by Brandon, who does receive the 2. And then we have got one more. And there, I believe we have got, I'm just making sure that it is Hamish Spencer with 16. Yes, it is indeed. And does get himself the 1 point for that one. So it was a very close one in that regard. Everyone only within about this, in fact, everyone within 3 for that one, which is very impressive indeed. And at least I do thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. It said 26 as well, says Robert there, and got job done as well, says Novmum there. Yeah, this stage. Hopefully you guys do enjoy your sleep. I think after this live stream, I am going to be heading straight to bed so that I am all ready to go for the Bangladesh versus Black Cat game that is taking place tomorrow as well. But nonetheless, I guess thank you all very much for tuning in. In fact, what I might be able to do is 4 points tonight as well. And Brandon's predicted fabulously today as well. And again, says Brandon, you did indeed, mate. You are on fire at the moment. You are making your way up. And at those points as well, what I am quickly going to, oh no, it'll probably take too long. I was going to say I will quickly schedule the live stream so that you guys do get redirected over so you can set your notifications on. But it would probably take about 4 minutes. No, probably not 4 minutes, probably like 3 minutes or something along those lines. So I don't know whether or not you guys do want to stick around for the next kind of 4 minutes or so. But I do appreciate you all being here for this live stream. We have had plenty of cricket taking place. It's still quite warm here at the moment. I feel like I am going to be sleeping with probably no blankets on tonight, just while we try and cool off a little bit after a day in front of plenty of lights. I'm going to turn off. Okay, that does quite a bit, so I'm going to leave that one on for now, is what I meant to say, because that went very dark in a very quick hurry, I guess you could say there as well. But yeah, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of that game? Did you think it went similar to how you thought it would, or did you think the Melbourne Stars might have been able to put up just a little bit more of a fight? But the way that they finished that one was actually very decent. They did try and fight hard until the final moment, but just missed out in the last couple of moments as well. But in the end, Aaron Finch getting the 50, there was that controversial one of whether or not the foot was on the line. They did decide that it was not for Harris Ruff, who actually had a very solid game, as I was able to pick himself up, I believe, 1 wicket, 2 wickets. Harris Ruff, he got 1 wicket in the end and also taking the catch, and it was very good. Cheers for the stream, Hamish, as well, with the 10 out of 10. Sebastian there as well. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys always tuning into these random hours. Depending on where you are in the world, of course, you might end up with, I guess, hopefully a good night's sleep, maybe, or a good day's sleep, I guess it would be for you, Sebastian, being in Romania as well. But yeah, at this stage, I think we will be starting 5 minutes before, so 10:55 a.m. is when we are going to be starting our Ashes wrong one. That is going to be New Zealand versus Bangladesh. There we are starting there. I'm off to sleep. I got work tomorrow. Have a good night as well. And the Stars game, very short run-wise. It was a genuine prediction of 200 runs as well. Yeah, I thought 175 was a decent shout as well, to be honest. But they just didn't really, I guess, at all fire in that first innings. I mean, they had a couple of players who did well looking through at their lineup. Hilton Cartwright, he did well. I hope he's all right, because he did end up with a bit of an injury. I believe he owed the song as well, says Robert, although they didn't lose the wicket. And it was, if they lose the wicket, it was going to be that one as well. So I survived for another day at this point in time, I guess you could say there as well. But yeah, in the end, I think overall for the bowling side of it, we saw Nick Manninson here got his career best figures as well for himself. Just very impressive indeed. And hopefully we do get to see Mitchell Marsh, I think they will be going with for the Ashes. I don't know whether or not they will give Inglis a go as well. I feel like Khawaja should get a go as well. I can't actually decide who I want in the Ashes side. Luckily for me, I'm not the selector. I'm not Australian either, so I probably can't have any complaints with whoever they pick for that one. But nonetheless, do appreciate you all being here. I'm quickly, very, very, very quickly setting up the next live stream so that you can set your notifications so you're all ready to go in the early stages of tomorrow morning. But I will be heading straight to bed after this one. Yeah, we will be refreshing the brain, being raring to go as well. So we will go like that. And we will go like that. There we go. That is the link to the Bangladesh versus Pakistan live stream if you guys do want to carry over to that one at the end of this live stream as well. And also, okay, see you in New Zealand match. I'll be there around 12 as well. And confidence boost for Madison for the Ashes. Great as well, says Sebastian. Although I think they mentioned that he missed his chartered flight or something along those lines. He missed a flight that was going to be him being able to go over there. So I don't know what he's done in that regard. Kawaja as well, says Robert. Yeah, they said something about Mr. Chartered flights and now he's not allowed to play or something like that because he's missing the kind of restrictions. So they've still got Josh Inglis and they've still got Mitchell Marsh as their two options. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. In the end, the Melbourne Renegades are able to win the Melbourne Derby. But nonetheless, we will be back tomorrow with some more BBL with the Heat taking on the Sixers and also Bangladesh taking on the Black Cats. So thank you all very much for tuning in and I will see you